Friday night footy. Wait for that green light to get going on here. I'm slapping down, son. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. Hey guys, how you going? So down BK Sport. We're here. Friday night footy. I know it is a massive bye weekend where usually we'd have two games on Friday. Usually we'd have two games today, but obviously it is the first of the big bye rounds as Origin does approach on Wednesday. State of Origin, Queensland, New South Wales. It's going to be an absolute ripper time here. Obviously we'll be live streaming the State of Origin, which is going to be absolutely massive, man. So definitely be here for that one. But tonight, guys, we have the Newcastle Knights taking on the Canterbury Bulldogs, and I really don't know how to call this game. I really don't. I don't think many people do. It's a really difficult game here in Newcastle to get a good read on, with both teams kind of around that middle of the pack where, you know, are they good? They're not bad, but they're not exactly fantastic. But they're also working their ways to try and improve themselves and to push themselves into a more solidified spot if they're in that top 8. So, you know, with both these teams having a few outs, the Knights don't have any outs with Origin, though. I don't think there's a single Knights player that's actually been selected for Origin this year. Obviously, Callum Ponga would be, but he's injured, right? So, yeah, it's a really difficult game here to read, but let's get into the chat of it all. Let's go through the two-team lineups, give my little analysis, and then we'll get into the chat and see what you guys are saying. So, guys, obviously, hit that like button. Appreciate you as always. Subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get rocking and rolling. Now, the Newcastle Knights at home, McDonald Jones Stadium, and Canterbury Bulldogs in 10th, with the Knights being 7th. So, like I said, right in the middle of that pack area. The Knights come into this game as $1.53 favourites, while the Canterbury Bulldogs come in as $2.45 underdogs. And there's a big reason for that. I think that it should be pretty even. I think this is probably a little bit too much in favour of the Knights here, but I can also understand why they're given the favouritism with the outs there for the Bulldogs. But, you know, we'll get into the ladder in a second, but the Bulldogs are a very good defensive side. They're not a good attacking side, but they're a very good defensive side, and I think they're second. I think they are second, because they were third until the Sharks got thumped last week and then obviously got beaten again last night. So the Doggies, their points against is 191 right now, and the only one better than them is the Panthers. So that is something that is absolutely brain baffling. Brain baffling. You know, it's not something that you're used to there with the Canterbury Bulldogs, right? So, really good signs there for the Dogs defensively. Now, let's get into the two-team lineups. You've got Daniel Saifiti, Christian Mapapalangi, and Thomas Kant coming into the team, with the outs being Brabham Best, Jack Hetherington, and Matt Croker. You go to the fullback, David Armstrong, with the wingers of Inara Tuala and Greg Martz. You heard David Armstrong had a pretty interesting weekend over there in Magic Round. You go to the centres, Dane Gagai and Christian Mapapalangi, with the 5'8" being Jack Cogger and the halfback being Jackson Hastings. You go to the front row, Jacob Saifiti and Leo Thompson, with the number 9 being Jaden Brayley, who is the captain. You go to the back row, Kai Pearce-Paul and Dylan Lucas. I love that back row. I think that's a really good back row, to be fair. And the 13 is Adam Elliott. You go to the interchange, Phoenix Crossland, Tyson Frizzell, Daniel Saifiti and Brodie Jones, with the 18th man replacement being Thomas Kant. So this Knights team coming into it pretty strong. Obviously missing Callum Ponga, but Armstrong's been great for them. Overall, this Knights team, you would be fancying themselves. I do think their centres are beatable. I know Gagai is a great Origin representative player, but I also do think that he is getting on in age now, and Mapapalangi is trying to establish himself. So completely on the opposite sides of the spectrum there, but I do think that's probably a place the Doggies can target in this game. And I wouldn't say the Knights are known for their attack either, you know, so it's not exactly a game here that the Bulldogs would be too scared that they're going to, you know, really get thumped in regards to a scoreline, I would personally say. Because the Knights usually like to grind out their wins this year. They like to grind out their wins, controversially too, in their last game. Now, for the Bulldogs, you've got Drew Hutchison, Harry Hayes, Kurt Mann, and Lipoi Hopoi coming in, with the outs being Jake Turpin, Matt Burton, Stephen Crichton, and BKRmy Kickow. That is huge outs there for the Dogs. Absolutely massive. Matt Burton, obviously a part of their halves. Stephen Crichton, their leader, their captain this year, goes in the centres, their big signing, and their BKRmy Kickow, one of the best back rows in the competition this year. That is absolutely huge. So, massive outs there for the Doggies. Now, you go to the fullback, Connor Tracy, with the wingers being Blake Wilson and Josh Addo-Carr. Centres of Bronson Cherry and Jacob Kiraz. 5'8", Drew Hutchison, with the halfback being my boy, Toby Sexton. Get around him. I'll definitely be cheering on for Tobes tonight, being that leading halfback there. And it's going to be interesting to see how they go together, Toby Sexton and Drew Hutchison, because obviously Matty Burton's been that 5'8" this year. But, you know, these two guys are the ones that have been battling it out for that 7th spot. We saw Toby get it last week, and now Ian Hutcho was pretty much for the whole first part of the season. Seemed like they went away from him, and now Hutcho comes back in, with Burton obviously being in Origin, which is 18th man. We'll get into that in a second, Dogs fans, but just remember, you're not the only team that has had complaints about this in the past, and you won't be the only team in the future that has complaints about the 18th man conundrum there for Origin. Now, the front row forwards, Maxi King and Sam Hughes, with the hooker, Reid Marnie, who is captain. Go to the back row, Jacob Preston and Jamin Salmon, with the 13 being Bailey Hayward. Go to the interchange, Kurt Mann, Josh Curran, Curtis Moran, and Lipoi Hopoi, with the 18th man placement being Harry Hayes. So this Bulldogs team, depleted on talent, man. Going to find it really, really difficult. And I will say to you, obviously, the Bulldogs beat the Knights, I think about 6 or so weeks ago, when it was at a core stadium, or I think it was a core, it wasn't Belmore. Know about Belmore, don't I? But no, a core stadium. I think it was where the Bulldogs gave the Knights a pretty good victory against. This game, I would have tipped the Dogs had they had all their talent in. If they had Matty Burton, they had Stephen Crichton and Viliami Kikau, I probably would have tipped the Dogs. I think they would have won this game. I'm going to tip the Knights in this one just because they are at home. I know the Dogs have a good record at McDonald Jones Stadium. I just get a feeling like the Dogs could still get up here. I do get a feeling like they could. But I am going to tip the Knights based on the fact that they are more solidified in regards to their team. They haven't lost too many players, whether that be to Origin or injury like Kikau. I think that team on team, I think the Bulldogs win in regards to on paper. But if they had their full team, but they obviously do not. So I will hesitantly take the Knights here. I hesitantly took the Sharks yesterday, and the Sharks obviously lost, right? So Bulldogs fans, take some solace in that. You know, obviously, we don't know everything about rugby league here, man. We don't know everything about rugby league. We do our best, though. In regards to the ladder, the Knights, if they would win this game, they would, so the Broncos have a bye. Now, the Knights would have to win by about 60, 70 odd to go above the Broncos, which obviously won't be happening here. But the Roosters, obviously, they play the Cowboys on Sunday. And that's as high. They can go to the Dolphins as well. Dolphins have got plus 65, though, so they would have to hope that the Dolphins would lose by like 30 and the Knights would win by 30 to go above them. So more than likely, if they win this game, they're probably looking at around the 7th area because they knock above the Roosters. The Roosters have a plus 135 points differential. Unless the Cowboys beat them. So there's a potential. There's a potential that the Knights could finish as high as 5th, but more than likely, they will finish in... They'll probably finish in 7th. They'll probably just stay exactly where they are. If they lose this game, the Raiders take on the Dolphins. That is tomorrow night. I will be live streaming that game. If the Raiders would win that game, would go above them. Manly have the bye, so they would go above them as well. And then the Bulldogs, they've got plus 47 to the Knights minus 9, so the Bulldogs would go above them as well. So if the Knights lose this game, they'd be going down to 10th, and then it comes down to if the Cowboys were to beat the Roosters on Sunday, the Cowboys would also jump above the Knights based on their points differential of plus 2. So they can finish as low as 11th. And to be fair, if they lost this game by like 30 and the Dragons were to beat the Panthers by 30, which is not going to happen, but they could finish as low as 12th. So I'd probably be looking at that 10-11 range if the Knights lose. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you've got the Bulldogs who are in 10th. If they would win this game, they won't go above Manly because they've got the bye. The Raiders have the Dolphins, so they could, if the Dolphins beat the Raiders, and the Bulldogs would go into 9th. They, like I said, would go also into 8th because the Knights would then go below them. And that's pretty much all we're saying here. Yeah, that's all we're saying here. The Roosters and Broncos, it's not going to be happening, right? So the highest they can finish is in 7th. If they were to lose, though, Cowboys, Roosters, Cowboys go above them. Dragons, Panthers, Dragons go above them with a win. The Warriors would go above them because they've got the bye and they're on 11 points. And then the Titans and the Eels below them, they're 2 points off. So 2 points off even with their win, their bye and victory, right? So there you go. The ladder hasn't actually updated yet, so it hasn't given the Titans and the Eels their points or any of the teams with their byes. So yes, the lowest that the Bulldogs could finish is basically in 13th. It would be probably 3rd. I don't think the Dragons beat the Panthers, so probably would be 12th place, to be fair. But there you go, guys. That was a really stumbly prediction analysis there, but we got through it in the end. I'm taking the Knights very hesitantly. I think the Dogs could do it. I think if it was full-strength teams, I do take the Dogs. But then again, here we go. Let's see how we crack on here. But alright, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and let's slap it down. Never Question says Knights all the way. Yeah, it should be interesting, though. The Knights at home. If this was down there at a core or Belmore, do I see the Doggies winning even with their lineup? It'd be close. Like, it's going to be a close game. It is going to be a close game, I would expect. I could see a world where either of these teams win 13 plus. Not willing to back it, though. But I do think this will be a close game, yeah. Maximum says, up the Knights. Rachel Stevens says, evening. Hello, Rachel. Jackson McLean says, hey, mate, hope you're doing well. Enjoy the stress-free weekend. I'm actually heading down to Tweed tomorrow. I'm heading down to watch the Tweed Seagulls take on the Western Clydesdales in the Host Plus Cup. Now, if you guys don't know, the Tweed Seagulls are a feeder club for the Gold Coast Titans that I have a lot to do with. So, yeah, look, I'm looking forward to getting down there. It does mean that I won't be streaming the opening game tomorrow, which is Panthers Dragons. I won't be here for that one. That you'll get a vlog on Monday instead for the Tweed Seagulls versus Western Clydesdales. But I will be back for the follow-up game afterwards, which is the Dolphins and Raiders. I think it's Dolphins Raiders. I think it is. So yeah, I'll be heading down there, get a good vlog going there. I haven't been down to Tweed for a very long time in regards to the footy, so I'm really excited for it. Unbranded getting around it. Negan says, "What's up, BKRmy fam? Going well, bro. Going well." Ellis Williams says, "Do you think David Armstrong should stay at Newcastle and be stuck behind KP, or go to the Roosters and succeed Teddy when he retires?" I think the best probable option for him is more than likely to go to the Roosters. I don't think... Well, I guess it comes down to what the situation is going on with Kalen Ponga. That's kind of not in the media limelight as we currently speak. It was pretty heavy a couple of weeks ago, or last week, 2 or so weeks ago. But now the whole Kalen Ponga situation with the third-party deals and arrangements and whatnot isn't really being spoken about. So I feel like you'd kind of want to wait to see how that pans out before you make a decision. But if Kalen Ponga is staying and 100% there's nothing wrong with the TPAs and all that type of stuff, then you'd want to probably go to the Roosters, because the Roosters have lost Joe Manu, who was going to be the successor at fullback. They've lost Joey Suoli'i, who was also going to be a successor at fullback. So they don't really have that depth option now in comparison to what they previously had. And it's like, well, Tedesco has a few years left in him for sure. He's still playing some good footy. He's still playing some good football. People just love to hate him for the sake of it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would personally say go to the Roosters, get some good money. You're a part of a really good system there. You've got, arrangements post-career. Roosters are a really good club for that regard. So I personally would say, yes, I'd go to the Roosters. And I don't necessarily know how the Knights take this team right now from a competitive team to a premiership winning team. I don't really know, because this is not a premiership winning team. This Newcastle Knights team will not win the premiership right this very second, right? And I'm trying to figure out how you adjust it to a point of they can win the premiership. And I think the Roosters are a couple of pieces just here and there away from... They can even win the premiership this year, to be fair. But I do feel like, the Roosters are probably the better option right now for outside of that little kind of section, and then also that section as well. So I personally would say Roosters, yeah. Night Rider says, David Armstrong, hat-trick incoming. Yeah, he's been good. He's been real good. Actually, I should look at my Supercoach here before the game starts. We've got 20 minutes to go here, guys, so plenty of time to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, let's go have a look at my team here. Blaze Salungi not playing last night was painful. Monotalo was on like 60 at halftime and ended on 71, so I don't like that. But at least he got 71. Who do I have playing tonight? I have Kaipis Paul. I have Sam Hughes. Jaden Brayley playing tonight as the coach. I will also have... that's it. David Armstrong. Yeah, and David Armstrong. So, a couple of players here playing tonight. But yeah, I do have David Armstrong, so hopefully he does have a cracker. Because he did a couple of weeks ago, that's for sure. That is for sure. Artie getting around the doggies. Dasmate says, dogs, woof, woof, 13 plus. Don't know about 13 plus, but I can see a world where it happens for either of them, man. I can see a world where either of these teams win this 13 plus. And like I said, I think the Dogs, I would be pretty confident tipping them if they had their full team. If they had Matt Burton, William Kiko, and Stephen Crichton in this game, I would be pretty confident tipping them. Sam Teneri says, up the doggies. Newcastle are going to get destroyed. There's a lot of weird kind of banter between Dogs and Knights this week. I've seen a lot of like the content creators and mainly just like fans in general having real solid digs at each other. And it's like weird. Like Knights and Dogs fans in the chat. Is there a rivalry here? Is there like a little rivalry between these two teams? It's such a weird, like from an outsider's perspective, I would never see these two teams as hating each other. I would never see the Knights and the Bulldogs. It wouldn't even be on my radar of like teams that go at each other. Like obviously, not even talking Roosters, Rabbitohs kind of deal, or Broncos, Cowboys or whatnot. But more on the lines of like Manly, Newcastle. They have that where they don't like each other. It's not too big, but it's bigger than small, if you know what I'm saying. Raiders, Sharks would be another one of those. Storm, Sharks would be another one of those. Everyone's Storm, to be fair. And Titans, Dolphins would be another one of those, but that will build. Point of the matter is that I didn't really think that there was too much like animosity between these two teams. So really strange to me. Datamate says, also, Western Clydesdales 13 plus, if the Dogs still have that partnership with them, if not, screw them. I think you're going to be saying screw them, because I'm pretty certain the Dogs got rid of them. And also, you're a muppet for going against the Tweed Seagulls. Dads, how dare you, mate? How dare you? Western Clydesdales. I thought we were friends, Daz, mate. I thought we were friends. Western Clydesdales Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs got rid of them. Just 2 years after inking a deal with the Canterbury Bulldogs that helped steal their Host Plus Cup return, the Western Clydesdales have cut ties with the NRL club. There you go. So the Western Clydesdales got rid of you. Ooh, wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. Well, it's not like you guys were doing anything for them, to be fair. You weren't doing anything for the Western Clydesdales. Like the Roosters, they're not doing jack shit with the Ipswich Jets, man. The Jets deserve way better than what the Roosters are providing them. We're doing more for them, the Gold Coast Titans, with our development than the Roosters are. Like, it's kind of sad. It's like Sydney teams... Melbourne do really good stuff with, like, the North Devils. I don't know if right now, but they have in the past. Teams like the... North Devils were the main one. The East Tigers, another one. You see these clubs from down south, and the Storm do really good stuff with these Queensland Cup clubs, but the Roosters don't. The Rabbitohs are doing nothing with Canberra right now that I can see. Like, what's happening with Rabbitohs and Canberra kind of deal? I can't see anything happening there. The Roosters with the Ipswich Jets wild. The Bulldogs did nothing with the Western Clydesdales. What's the point? Like, honestly, what's the point in New South Wales teams being the feeder club for these Queensland Cup teams? It just doesn't seem like there's a purpose. Like, you go through these Host Plus Cups, Tweed Heads with us, Clydesdales with nobody right now, Word Dogs, Hunters obviously... Actually, to be fair, let's go. Which Queensland Cup teams are feeder clubs? Reserve affiliations, here we go. Because the Capras, I think, are with the Dolphins as well. Yeah, Broncos are Burleigh, South Logan, and Wynnum. They do a lot with them. The Bulldogs were with the Clydesdales and obviously their own reserves team in the Bulldogs, but now have got rid of the Clydesdales. The Dolphins have the Capras, the North Devils, and their Dolphins team. Titans obviously have Ipswich and Tweed Heads, but we're not actually. Why does it say split for Tweed Head Seagulls? I don't know what that means. I don't know why it's split. Oh, unless, okay, it's just saying split amongst multiple teams with that club. You've got the Brisbane Tigers, Sunshine Coast Falcons with the Storm. They do some great work with them. Mackay Cutters and Northern Pride with the Cowboys. Yeah, everyone does some good stuff. Oh, Townsville Blackhawks are with the Rabbitohs. Do they do anything with them? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, no one else is with Tweed Seagulls. I don't know why that said split there, but whatever. So yeah, interesting there in regards to Host Plus Cup. Negan says, BKR, should Blaze Talangi go to the Roosters with the opening at centre and soon fullback, or stay with the Eels? I guess it's similar to the David Armstrong situation, man. Like, Talangi could be the replacement there for Tedesco in the coming years. It's a good question. Obviously, the Roosters, with them getting rid of a lot of their salary cap for 2025 and beyond, they're going to be looking for players. And one club you don't want coming searching for your players is the Roosters, except for if you're the Gold Coast Titans, because you can big club the big club. But outside of that, yeah, look, the Roosters have plenty of money to spend, and they've got a good offer. It's a good opportunity for Blaze Talangi or David Armstrong. It is a good opportunity. So I personally would say the Eels need to make the decision right now. Do you need Gutherson? Do you want Gutherson as your fullback, or do you want as the stable, balanced fullback, or do you want Blaze Talangi, who is that energetic, fast-paced, creative kind of fullback that can make mistakes but makes big-time plays as well, whilst you're getting Gutho, who is not really making those massive game-breaking plays, but is also just so stable, so efficient, and just does what he needs to do at a really high level. So there's two very different kinds of players there. It's all about investing in the future. And for me, I personally take that Blaze Talangi route with the Eels, because I do think that, and that's not me saying get rid of Gutherson or whatnot, but I just think that they need to readjust their way they play. I know the Eels played well last night against a depleted Sharks team, and they were the better team in that game. Still gave up quite a lot of points to a team that didn't really have their halfback and didn't have their key man in the 13 as well in McInnes. But overall, the Eels did play well yesterday. But that was also one game coming back. They got the confidence there. Let's see it consistently across the season. Consistency in Parramatta doesn't work out. It never has. 2022, great. Still we're inconsistent through that season. So, I personally think they need to readjust the way that they do kind of snapshot the way they play and their style to go on to win a grand final. But I also just don't know if this team can win a premiership. But they are probably, they're top 5 for potentials, top 6 for, I guess, lineups that could still win. But it's just their 1 through 5, man. I can't see it. With their 1 through 5. So just a few things I need to change. Pickle Rick says, great to see the Storm made back into the 8. Yeah, mate. Yeah, Pickle Rick. They did well. Well, it's going to be good because the Titans actually got number 1 this week, because my mum's team won't be up the top of the table. So the Panthers currently would be there with their bye, and if the Storm win, they actually got a 2nd, mate. It's crazy because the Sharkies would go 3rd. So I don't know if you were the one who was saying, why do I hate the Storm last week? It's not because of that. The longer that you're here, the longer you'll realise. But I can't do it to my mum's team. I can't get rid of my mum's team there. So that's why the Sharkies still stay top. But the Titans, we're moving up, baby. We are moving up. And soon enough, I won't even have to muck around. Dasmate says, not really. Might have something to do with Burton. Bashed Gagai. Knights fans just salty. Okay. Burton didn't bash Gagai. Burton didn't bash Gagai. That is false narrative. That is a false news, false agenda from you, Dasmate. That is, as Trump would say, false news. Is that? No, what is it? Fake news. Fake news from you, Dasmate. Gagai definitely did not get bashed by Burton, but there definitely was someone get bashed amongst those two. Christian Kansas Doggies took the 66-point loss last year personally. Yeah, that 66-0 loss was wild. That was the game that started the Knights' trajectory. Now, the Knights are coming in off a loss against the Titans, but outside of that, they've done pretty well over the last 5 or so weeks, grinding out results. They've been a real grindy team. So, yeah, it's going to be super interesting. Olivia Reed with the $8 donation. We knew you should be here. He said every day, another day, another donation, Jamil. Another day, another donation. Good call, Jay. All packed, finally, and ready to hit the seas and sail away tomorrow. Now time to relax and watch some footy. Where are you off to, Olivia? You're leaving us. The Broncos lose and won a game. Had the Suncorp and they're now gone. What happened here? Where you live now? You see the Titans get the whooping of the Broncos at Suncorp and you're like, okay, no, I go. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. I see it. I get it. I understand it. It makes sense. The Titans are going to win the comp. We've got the premiership muscle, mate. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate you for your donation, Olivia. Lagan Ballsack says dogs 40 plus. Oh no, here we go. Another dog stream with Lagan Ballsack. Scott Elbers. Brent Nesbitt says that was a great game, Christian. Yeah, well, Brenton, you've got some tough loving in this chat today. There's a lot of dogs fans here on the channel, and they're here right now. Guys like Dasmate, you've got Lagan Ballsacks. You've got a whole heap of guys that are going to be willing to rip into you today. And we've also got up there Samson Uri, who's already said that Fox is going to score 3 tries on you. So best of luck to you today, Brenton. You can welcome to my world. Ben Fricker says, what's it like in Newcastle Stadium at the moment? No, beautiful. No, beautiful, mate. Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right, man. No, it's pretty good. Yeah, no, it's doing all right here at McDonald Jones Stadium. Knight Rider says controversial disallowed Fox try, Knights by 6. Knight Rider, I would take so much pleasure, and this is no disrespect to Newcastle fans or Knights fans in general or Brendan Leslie or anyone here. I would take an undeniable amount of pleasure out of the Bulldogs getting a very controversial win in the last seconds against the Knights because they have a disallowed try against them, as in the Knights, because the content creators promoting that there was no controversial nature to that Titans game is absurd. Absolutely absurd. So I wait for my moment. I wait for my time. I'm a patient man. I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. I'll keep on watching footy. I'll keep on enjoying footy. But Nilsa, my brother, I love you, man. But I'm coming for you. I will come for you when that moment happens. I will come for you. He's a good bloke, the old Nilsa. But very controversial in regards to his opinion on that Titans-Knights game. Brent Neslick says 3 line breaks for KPP and Lucas tonight, 2 tries Armstrong. I want it for Armstrong and KPP for my Supercoach. Yes, please. I'd like to do the Supercoach dance song. Oh, yeah. I'd like to do that. That's for sure. That's for sure. Flurry says, evening all, and Blaze the Streamer Meister. I am the Streamer Meister, Flurry. I am. That is me. And also Flurry with the 10 gifted memberships. Get around your Flurry. Bing bong, ding dong. Let's get it. Next week, we'll be cracking on for the Titans versus the Rabbitohs at Seabolt Super Stadium. Can't wait for that one, Flurry. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships. You got Sadik up the Titans. Oh, great. That's a great account, that one. Giovanni Patello, Brendan Westling. Oh, no. He's going to come in and complain about the referees now. But then he beats Tyson Vlogs, JYD, Shane Babu, Scratchy, and Cohen McEwen all gifted memberships. Get around you, Flurry. I appreciate that. Jack O'Neill says, I bet Fleeing the Country currently watching from Scandinavia after last week's game. Listen, that makes sense as a Raiders fan, Jack O'Neill. That does make sense. So welcome. Well, I know why you've gone to Scandinavia. Very beautiful women over there, mate. So enjoy over there. The Aussie accent. Hope it works well for you. Nate J says, I've got doggies in a boil over, hopefully. I don't think it's that much of a boil over, man. Again, I would have confidently tipped the Dogs. I would have confidently tipped the Doggies if they had their full team. If they had William McKickau, they had Matty Burton, and they had Stephen Crichton. If they had them, I dead set would have confidently tipped them. So I don't think it's that much of a boil over. I just think that the Knights have more of a stable team right now, so I will tip the Knights, but I'm not confident in it at all. Olivia Reed says, I'm going to China and never coming back. Wow, gee whiz. Well, say hello to Jay Hayes while you're there for me. But says, Joking, going up north to Early Beach for a holiday. I'll be back in time for Origin and the Sharks game. Don't you worry. Broncos Sharks next Saturday at Suncorp, yeah? Oh, you don't want to miss Origin, Olivia. Gee whiz, we're going to be going off. You guys know what it's like here on Origin streams. We've got New South Wales and Queensland fans just hating the living shit out of each other in that chat. It's wild. And then, obviously, if Queensland are losing, I'm getting blasted. And I'm getting slapped. And I'm getting absolutely roasted to oblivion. So, you get to see a real kind of, like, defensive me. But you guys have got to understand, you know, when you're here and you've got this chat and they're going at you and it can get full on, man. And then you've got the emotions of the game. And it's like at Titans games, I can deal with that because I'm kind of in my element. And I am in my element here, but I've still got to commentate the game as fairly as I possibly can and talk about it. And I have to be like, oh, New South Wales are running down the left-hand side, yeah, score a try. And it's like, oh, shit. And then the chat's like, oh, eat a dick, BKR. And it's like, okay, fair enough. You know, there you go. But then it's also awful for New South Wales fans if we're winning, because I'm commentating like it's the greatest time to be alive. But New South Wales fans are wanting to, you know, headbutt a brick wall. So it goes both ways. Just ask, what's that guy's name that went off the rocker the other year and was like giving me shit all through game 2 and then we slapped him game 3 and won the series? Ben Hunt? What was it? National something? I can't remember. You guys will probably say it in the chat. But that was, he I don't know, was it National Sports Load or something? No, it wasn't. Who was it? Who was the one that went off? I can't remember. We'll see it in the chat. You guys will remember it for sure. Logan Ballsack says, Brenton's a cat up the dogs. Fair enough. You know, Brenton says, keep that energy. Sam says, let's go Hetherington. Yeah, Hetherington, what a player. What a man. What a man. Sam Jenkinson has a real strange love for Hetherington. He loves Tony Francis, but he loves Jack Hetherington. Actually, here's a question for you, Mr. Jenko. If Tony Francis and Hetherington were to have a punch on, who would you be supporting in that fight? Who would you be supporting? There's only one right answer. If you get this answer wrong, you're getting timed out, mate. Christian Kerr says, I know you're waiting for Kevin to get robbed. Do you want to rip into Ricky a bit? Oh, Christian, you have no idea, baby. Oh, Ricky. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, don't you worry. That's coming. Oh, that is coming. That is coming. Olivia Reed says, I know we woke the Muppet. Brandon Wesley. Yes, he is a Muppet. He's our Muppet, but he's a Muppet nonetheless. Frank's going to be there. I found Titan shoes today. Titan shoes. I bought some new thongs today. Or yesterday. Mate, I'm flying. Maxim said, I reckon it'll be Knights by 10 points. I reckon it'll be close. Close enough. Sam Jenkins says, both, mate. That would be a mint biffo with Tony coming out on top. I'm only going to time you out for 5 minutes now, because I was going to time you out for 10 if you said Hetherington. I'm going to time you out for 5 because you said both, because no, you don't support Hetherington in that fight. There's no supporting of Hetherington against Big Tony. I'm going to tell Tony this. I'm going to tell the Big Tony this. I'll tell Tony. I will say, hey, listen, I proposed a question to Mr. Django, and I said, if Tony Francis was to fight Jack Hetherington, who would he support? And he said both, mate. That's mad. That's mad. You actually know Tony. We know Tony, and you said both? Like, Tony's getting out on top, but that's 5 minutes for you, mate. Have a word to yourself. Yes, Sam has done himself a little mischief there, Jay, because this will be brought up with Mr. Francis. This will be brought up with Mr. Francis. The Bulldogs are coming out of the field right now, by the way, guys. Shay says, I captained Armstrong. What you think? Ooh, I would have VC'd him. It's a prime round for a VC'er. It's a prime round for a loophole. I would have VC him, to be fair. But I like it. I do like the VC there. Olivia says, I was here last year. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. Oh, yeah, last year was the 2-0, but, like, if it's game 3 is wild. Game 3 gets wild. That Ben Hunt game. Oh, it is raining in Newcastle too. Oh, we're definitely looking at a grindy game here. We are definitely looking at a grindy game, that's for sure. Brandon Essex says, no hetero tonight. I want to see the stink between him and Chihuahua Manibu. What? Chihuahua Manibu? No, there's only one Chihuahua boy, mate. There's only one Chihuahua boy, and that is Antonio, who I will see tomorrow. He's coming with me to the Tweed game. Bulldogs out in the field. Oh, man, why is it always, like, awful weather in Newcastle? Why is it always awful weather there lately? Jordan says, can't break the Queensland spirit. You can't do it, Jordan. It's not possible, mate. You know, even Daz, mate, pure Blues fan, always says, oh, here comes the Queensland spirit. Remember last year, I think it was game 1, or it was the year before, I think it was last year. Game 1, Daz, mate's like, oh, here we go. This Queensland spirit bullshit's going to happen. And that's when we saw Hamiso go and score that try. So, you know, even the Blues can call it. Jack O'Neill says, I can't sit in these streams during Raiders games or Origin. I can't handle getting slapped and the whole chat clowning whatever team I'm going for. I sat here in the 48-2 loss to Melbourne last year. Yeah, that's 48-2. Was that last year? Was it you guys who took the 2 points? No, I can't remember. I'm thinking of, was it the Knights who took that 2 points when they were down like 38-0 or something like that? I can't remember. Nate J says, Doggies 13 plus paying big odds might have a lash at it. I wouldn't say, it is pouring down rain right now, man. I'd be super careful betting on a lot of points in this game. Especially with two types of teams here. The Bulldogs are a very defensive mindset this year with not really much attack, whilst and they've lost a little bit of their attackers too. With the Knights coming in they don't really have a great deal of attack either, and their defense is okay, it's fine. But the Knights kick it off here, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get underway. And it'll be Sam Hughes, Supercoach man, gets the ball out of the 10 on the first tackle. Flores says Knights in Indigenous jersey, 10 points. I guess this is their first. Yeah, this would be their first Indigenous game because this will be their Indigenous round because obviously they had the bye last week. Second tackle, they get on to Maxi King. Go Maxi, that's my boy. Third tackle gets it out to the 23. I tell you what, it is really a fulfilling thing. Like over the years, having so much to do with the Titans and so much to do with the NRL. Actually knowing, a lot of these guys from all these different teams now, and having those really cool personal relationships with a lot of the boys and whatnot. So it's really good to see, like for the Doggies. I have an added interest in the Dogs doing well for boys like Toby Sexton and Maxi King. Who I know both those guys well. So it is really good. To kind of have grown through that and to have those personal relationships with these guys from different clubs and not just the Titans. So Knights now will bring this ball out here to the 25. Flores says, now I know why Heather's out. Someone says Knights slapping down the Chihuahuas. Oh, Chihuahua. Yeah, but we can call them the Chihuahuas. We can. There's only one Chihuahua boy. But we can call them the Chihuahuas if you would like. But just know the Dogs fans in the chat will nail you up. They'll bite you off. Third tackle, that's a bit of a sus one. Logan Ballsack says, a genuine NRL fact is that Bulldogs have won the last 8 out of 10 games at Newcastle. Yeah, I know. Yeah, crazy stat. 4 tackled here to 45. It's a crazy stat, which is interesting because the Dogs have been awful for a few years now. So to have won 8 out of the last 10, Knights haven't been that great, that red hot either. They've been very either mid or... They've always just kind of been mid in recent years is what I would say. Nothing crash hot at all. They made the 8 with like a minus 100 points differential, or just not making the 8. It's not been. Oh, Drew Hutchison knocks the ball on, and Leo Thompson will grab his ball at 25. That's not a good start here for the Doggies. So it'll be for a 0 tackle here for the Knights at the 24. Blake Carlin for 33 months. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you guys. I actually have decided to do a different membership tier as well that you guys will find out over the next 24 hours. I'd say you guys will see what comes with that one. David says Toby Sexton hasn't lost a game in the NRL in 2024. It's a good call. Love Tobes. Second tackle now at the back now to Cogger, Leo Thompson. And Thompson will be 5 minutes out from the line. Third tackle here for Newcastle. 2.5 minutes in here. And the Knights are looking like they're going to score early. Brayley off to Hastings. Hastings to Elliott. And Elliott will be 2 metres short now of the line. 4 tackle. A good tackle there by... I couldn't see who that is there. Oh, Bailey Hayward. Oh, Hastings at the back, left-hand side of Armstrong. Oh, that was actually a nice push off there from Carraz, but Carraz did enough to stop him. Fit tackle here for the Knights. They're 10 metres out. Hastings dinks it underneath, and that was an awful kick there from Hastings. So we've Reed Marnie who brings this ball out here to the 5, and that is a penalty to the Bulldogs. And typical Hastings. Yes, typical Hastings. Getting into a bit of a biffo there. Yep, on your Hastings. On your Hastings, bro. Why does he do this? Why does Jacko do this? And Jacko might watch this because I know he watches my content. Why do you do this, Jacko? Why do you do this, mate? Why is this a thing? I know it's Reed Marnie, and Reed Marnie deserves a little bit of a slap around. But with that being said, Jacko did this a couple of weeks ago at the Titans as well. He does this a lot. So, Jacko, why do you do this? Yeah, I know you watch him. He's not watching right now, but he will. Just me. Brandon says, $10, we see Snorkel Man. Oh, Snorkel Man's a shout with the weather. Snorkel Man is a shout with this weather. I can see, look at Hastings. Oh, no, that's a penalty. It's either a knock-on or a penalty. No, apparently not. Second tackle of the Bulldogs in the 45. Jack O'Neill says, no, we took the 2 early, then had 48 put on us afterwards. Yeah, fair enough. Am I thinking of the Knights with that 2-0 one, where it was 38-0 to the Storm, I think it was, and then the Knights at half-time took a 2-point penalty to make it 38-2 or something like that? Am I thinking of someone completely different? 4 tackle here at the 33. 4 tackle. Brent Nesbitt says, our last 3 games won were in the wet, put 30 points in the Dargans in the swamp. Yeah, fair enough, because it wasn't raining at Magic Round, and you didn't win, so fair enough. Fair tackle here for the Dogs at the 15. They go left-hand side to Toby Sexton. Sexton puts his ball across. Tough one here. Good kick there from Tobes. Knocked back there by the Bulldogs, and that's not good. That wasn't good. It'll be first tackle for the Knights at 10. Max should have stayed. No, I disagree, Flurry. Maxi King, great bloke, love him, but he wasn't going to reach his potential with the Gold Coast at that time. That was at a time we were awful. Some can argue we haven't been that great for a while, ever, but Maxi King left at the right time. You know, he wasn't going to find himself here, despite the fact that he loves the Gold Coast, and then went to the Melbourne Storm, and unfortunately didn't find himself there. But then the Bulldogs gave him another lifeline, and he's definitely found himself here in Canterbury, which has been great to see. And I know Maxi and his family well, and they're a great family. Penalty to the Knights, by the way. So in the last 3 sets, there's been 3 penalties. Knights, Bulldogs, Knights. But yeah, no, I disagree. I think it was Maxi King leaving was the best thing for him. I don't think he would have reached his potential here. As much as that hurts me to say, because I do love Maxi. So wants to bite you off is crazy. Hey, listen, you know, it's the Doggies fans. They're going to bite you off. You know, it might be a little bit sus. It might be a little bit sus, but it's definitely a little bit sus. First tackle over the Knights at the 40. Right inside. This water bottle is annoying because it's only got a little area that you can use. So you can only get a small amount when you drink. Third tackle of the Knights at the 30. Johnny Mahaystow, Brenton says. So left-hand side from Brayley off to Jackson Hastings. A kick underneath quickly. David Armstrong's there. And is that a penalty try? This might be a penalty try to Newcastle. This may be a penalty try to Newcastle. It's got no try. This could be a penalty try. This is actually quite nice here from Jackson Hastings. Hey mate, love your work. And it will bounce awkwardly here for the Dogs. I think it's okay. Oh, that's dodgy. This could be a penalty try, bro. Oh, that's dodgy. He's come in very hard. Connor Tracy's directly going for Armstrong here, not the ball. Connor Tracy's not... He's looking... No, I'm sorry. That's... Oh, shoulder to shoulder from Kipper Cronk, you reckon? Yeah, interfered. Correct. Yep. Oh, well, why is it not a penalty try? Because if the penalty doesn't occur, then it's a try. Ruling out a penalty try because the ball bouncing away. I disagree. It's a sin bin at the very least. Nate Jason, that's not a penalty try. Come on, he can't turn invisible. Mate, he directly ran at the player and took him out. If he doesn't run at the player, deliberately take him out, then guess what? It's a try. So I love how the Saifidi one a couple of weeks ago was called a penalty try when there was still Dave within the vicinity. I love how that happened a couple of weeks ago, but this one apparently is not a penalty try. So it's a little bit confusing. Because there was players within the vicinity last week that were the 2 weeks ago that made that one a little bit debatable. But it's I was like, okay, whatever. But then for this to not be a penalty try, because if he doesn't do this takeout play, then it's a try, is it not? Because Connor Tracy is the last man of defence. He's the last man of defence. So it's a bin, and this is it just confuses me more on the NRL rules. Flores, do you reckon someone will King hit him one day? Oh, well, I hope not. I can't believe they're taking the 2 here. Dogs fans, you'd love this. Taking the 2 is interesting. But we need content for Graham. Yeah, Graham Ashley, love his content. Fantastic. Clown. Alright, so 2-0 here to the Knights. They do take the 2. The Bulldogs are down a man for the next 10 minutes. I get kind of, in a grindy, wet game like this, taking the 2. It's probably the right manoeuvre. It's probably the right play. Messi Edit says Bulldogs will win. Well, fair enough. It'll be an interesting game. It'll be close. Metal says, whoever decided to give the Bulldogs 2 Channel 9 games in a row should be fired. I think they were hoping that the Dogs would be a lot better with Crichton and whatnot. They're good. They're a lot better than they have been. But with that being said, this weekend's a bit of a throwaway weekend, man. It's pre-Origin. You know what I'm saying? You don't have much to work with. What do you have to work with? Panthers, Dragons, Sharks, Eels was a good one for Thursday. Dogs, Knights. Dolphins, Raiders, and Roosters, Cowboys. Maybe the Roosters, Cowboys game would have been nice to put here, but in the same sense, like, it's a bit of a throwaway weekend, man. So third tackle here for the Knights at the 30. It was close. I thought it was a penalty try personally, but I can't understand why it's not. Why do I understand why it's not, though? Like, I just want to know. If you can explain to me why it is not a penalty try, then that's fine. But, you know, the argument of he couldn't just remove himself makes no sense because he is the last line of defence. He is the last defender and has deliberately taken a player out to prevent a potential try. And with the ball being in front of them, and not too far in front of them, mind you, David Armstrong would have got there and scored the try had the penalty not been taken out. So that's where my confusion is. Because Armstrong scores that try if the player is not taken out from the deliberate act by the defence. So it doesn't make any sense to me. But yet they can give the Saifidi one when the ball was also bouncing away from him and Fafita was in the vicinity. So I'm super confused. But then again, it's okay. Just as Titans fan complain about calls that we've got against us that contradicts what we just saw there. Forward tackle here at the 40. Ender Backhouse says, I'm glad the refs are having a good time with the whistle. Yeah, a lot of whistles in this game. A lot of whistles. It usually does come with the wet, though, man. You know, players do usually test the market in regards to the referees when it is wet. And especially with, you do get a lot more tired. But David Armstrong here, he'll bring this pullback to the 10. Good work here by Bronson Cherry. And he does a really good set from Canterbury, to be fair. Jamin Salmon, Max King, and I can't remember the other one. It was a good tackle. Ben said, oh, that's right. Andy Baker says, even with a man down. What do you mean? Oh, Dogs still win this game. Dogs can still win this game. They just need to do what they're doing right now. They're doing pretty well with the man down. Right-hand side of the Knights, and I'll bring this ball out here to the 25, forward tackle. 30 minutes to go here in the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Adam Elliott to the 35, fit tackle. Seb Watson says, because they just change the rules each week. Yeah, it's a good point, mate. It's a good point because literally they have changed the rule without telling anybody, and that is the disruptor. They changed that rule without telling anybody. It doesn't exist anymore. It does not exist anymore. So it is crazy how the NRL does go down these paths of, you know, testing out these rules which, you know, affect games, and then they just change the rules mid-season and say, okay, no, this isn't a penalty anymore. And you're just like, well, what was the point of bringing it in then? You've already impacted the season by bringing it in. Why are you then taking it out in the season itself, weeks after games have been ruled and refereed on with that ruling, which has cost teams games, whether legally or illegally? Like, even if it's legal, it's still changed the outcome of games via that rule being implemented. So why then take it out a few weeks later? It doesn't make any sense. So David Armstrong with a good strong run back here to the 22. Nate says, mate, Penny will probably put 80 on us. I disagree. I think Penrith have a few players out. I know that they've still got good next man up mentality, but Dragons are a confusing team, man. But you have lost Ben Hunt, which is a frustrating one. Is that the only Dragons player you've lost? Oh no, Lomax. Hunt and Lomax. It's a potential. Panthers could still... We'll see. Dragons are a very up and down team, man. Very up and down team. So left-hand side, Jackson Hastings. Hastings, good ball to copy piece. Paul should have passed that ball. Still going, though. And should have passed that about 3 times, but never did. Jordan says, different rules apply for certain teams. JT said it best back in the day. Yeah, without kind of... Oh, good take there by Jake Carraz. And Carraz is away here at the 25. Oh, good run. Really good run at the 30. That was a really good run. It's correct. Like, without throwing anybody under the bus, I've had conversation. Oh, Drew Hutchinson's found a hole here. Hutto's away. Gets that ball off to... Oh, they've knocked it on. That was a bad play by Hutchinson. He made a good play, and then he didn't. Dane Gagai's away here. Into the corner. Gagai cuts back, and he'll be crunched down. Wow. That's a great tackle from Blake Wilson to stop Gagai from scoring. Oh, that's super close to a bin there. Left-hand side, Hastings. He's going to kick this on 0 tackle. I disagree with that, but it might still work out. Greg Marciu, surely they score. Greg Marciu just punched off Toby Sexton, and Marciu will score in the corner. Greg Marciu will score in the corner to make it 4. Ooh, his leg might have gone out here. His leg may have gone out here. Here we go. They're going to review the touchline. So Hastings, yeah, had to make this play. Yeah, I don't think it was in either, Brenton. His legs do get cut off. Is it Preston that comes through? Or is it... No, it's Reid Marnie. No, it is Preston. It is Preston. And Marciu, he'll be out for sure. He'll be out for sure. Yeah, he's out by a mile. He's out. Well done. Well done, Jacob Preston. That's amazing. That is amazing. He's well out. What do you mean? He's definitely touching. I don't even know what the commentary's talking about. He's definitely touching there. He's definitely out. Well done, Jacob Preston. That is a pure try-saving tackle. That is incredible. Mate, both of his feet are well out before the ball even gets close to going down the line. This is a no try. The left boot, the right boot, the whole body is out, pretty much. Like, that's a no try. Well done, Jacob Preston. And that was on 0 tackle. I do understand the risk, though. The risk was good. Maybe not kicking that ball across. I think Marcy should have passed the ball back on the inside, right? Because he actually had... Is it Mapapalangi? I think he had Mapapalangi on the inside. So he should have gone at Toby. And then once he got off Toby, he could have passed that ball to Mapapalangi. And then they probably would have scored there pretty easily. But I think that Greg... It was fine. It was just unfortunate that Preston was too good there. Too good. Dasmate says, it happens in all sport. The better team or the bigger market team is going to get the 50-50 calls go their way. Yeah, that's why I always say, the sport's not rigged. There's an agenda, but the sport's not rigged. The 50-50s will be pushed a certain way, but that doesn't mean the sport is rigged. It just means that there is an agenda pushed for certain teams that suits the narrative that is better in the limelight. Right, and is the better promotional material to make a bigger gain. Kai Pearce-Paul with a massive hit. Jeez, Maxi King just got slapped by Kai Pearce-Paul. Third tackle of the Dogs at the 13. They're struggling to get off their own line here. Brett Nesbitt says, Martiu has been a shocker of late under the high ball and attack. Yeah, agreed. Jeez, this is a great defensive set here by the Knights. Jacob Preston taking back to the 10 on 4 tackle. And they go out to the right-hand side here, the Dogs. Give up to Blake Wilson. And Wilson will be taken down to the 24. Very lucky for the Knights that they didn't give a penalty there, because that was probably a high tackle there from Hastings. Wouldn't be surprised coming from Mr. Jacko. All right, so the Knights now, they're going to bring this ball out to the 43. Naces go to the Canterbury Mud Dogs. Yes, now I remember why. Now I know why you didn't think that was a penalty try, and that's because you've got a bet on the Dogs. That's why, Nacho. That's why. So the Knights here, Dane Gagai at the halfway point. He's still going. This is going to be a real close game, man. But yeah, Brenton, I agree. I don't think Greg's been that great this year for sure. And I will maintain this. I've said this since the start, really, that I think that we won that trade. I will say it right now. I think that we won the trade of Greg Marcy, Chrissy Randall. We love Chrissy Randall. I know you guys like Marcy too, but there is not a negative that anyone can really say about Chrissy Randall besides that maybe he doesn't have that much of attack, but it's not really what we need. We've got as electric players that we do have. Coggle kicks his ball to the corner, and well done. Great take. That is a fantastic catch there by Jacob Kiraz. Well done. First tackle of the 8. A lot of players knocked that ball on. Still 2 minutes to go here of this bin, by the way. But yeah, I will maintain that that Chris Randall, we won that trade, and people thought that we heavily lost it. It just didn't. We just didn't. Forward tackle here at the 25. Would you agree, Brenton, as a Knights fan? Randall's been fantastic for us, Brenton. Absolutely, yeah. He has been really good. I love Chris Randall. Great bloke too. But I'm not giving any personal biases here or anything due to the personality of the human being behind it all. Oh, Hutchinson. Jeez, that was poor. But it's actually worked out. Then inside to Adokar. Adokar kicks the ball over the top for himself. Where's the ball? Armstrong slips over. Knock on. Josh Adokar gets it up. And he will score a try. That's a great try there for the Doggies. They've had to earn that, man. They've had to earn that one, man. They've had to really earn that one, man. And Josh Adokar will score a try, and it will be 4-2 with the kit to come. Downer, man. And well done for Adokar being able to pick that ball up. So Armstrong will knock this ball on. So this was actually a broken play because Drew Hutchison, that was awful. But it ended up going as someone who got the ball out quickly to Bronson Cherry and then Adokar with a nice little dink. And then the ball just bounced really awkwardly there for Armstrong. And really good pick up there from Adokar to pick it up and go and score. Try time being bong mada bish, Brogan Sports. Try time being bong mada bish. That wasn't meant from Hutchison, I don't think. I dead set don't think he meant that. But it worked out. I do not think he meant that, but it did work out. But that is... Adokar is really, really good for these chip and chase. It probably... Yeah, you can't blame Armstrong too much there. I think that he thought the ball was going to bounce more straight rather than right. It's just the unfortunate part of rugby league. On a dry pitch, he probably could have adjusted. On a wet pitch, he couldn't adjust. Blake asks, I think both teams won the trade, to be honest. I think, yes, last year. I think this year you're seeing the consistency out of Randall, though. So we all knew that Greg Martiu defensively was a liability, was one of the best attackers in the game as a winger, in my personal opinion. And I think that Greg Marzio is a phenomenal play for them and did a great job last year. This year, he hasn't done much at all. And Chrissy Randall has still been absolutely fantastic for this year, having to play everywhere. Plays 9, plays back row, plays, front row, plays lock, plays 5'8" this year for us. So, and has played a bit of halfback at some stages. So, I don't think there's a more versatile player in the game right now than Chrissy Randall. I don't. So, I do believe we're starting to edge it out. I think it's fair to say that both teams won that trade last year, but I think that it's definitely slowly going into our favour this year, long term. But nice try by Josh Adokar, 6-2 to the Doggies. Brent Neslick says, I prefer Cross on the 6 jersey at the moment over Cogger. The guy just looks lost since he's come back. Yeah, I would agree. No, I wouldn't agree in regards to Crossland, but I would agree in regards to Cogger not looking the same since he's gone to that 6. I think that it's definitely gone more down the direction of... nearly made a bad play there, Karaz, but slips over. But Josh Curran will get this ball to the 5, first tackle. I would say that right now it's looking likely that Gamble is probably going to come back. When he gets back from injury, I think he's injured, isn't he, Tyson Gamble? The Knights are defending really well here. Like, obviously, that was a play broken down on the left-hand side that they got away with, the Bulldogs. But the Knights actually defended really well in this game and kept the Bulldogs down inside their own 20. They've only had 1 tackle inside the attack and a half here, the Dogs, but they're up 6-2. Will Price should be the 6th Sports Zone says. I think that's on a potential. But it's like, why'd they sign him if they didn't believe in him enough to play there? Will Price is like a mixture of fullback 5'8", isn't he? I think he played fullback in England, didn't he? Or was it 5'8"? I don't watch Super League, granted, but I'm pretty certain he's listed as a fullback on the NRL website, if I'm not mistaken. I'll quickly go have a look. I'll get you got someone to do that. Second tackle here at the 25. Am I right in saying that's Sports Zone? Dave Travis says, booyah, Josh Rodcar. Booyah, baby. Booyah. Fullback. Thank you, Seb Watson. Yeah. Yeah, fullback. But I know that they wanted to transition him to the 5'8" because they haven't been convinced in the halves at Newcastle, and they're still not. And for a lot of this season, they have been interchanging their halves between Hastings and Cogger, Hastings and Gamble, Cogger and Buddy Gamble. They've changed the team around a lot, and they've finally started to settle down in it. But I agree, I don't think Cogger is doing what he did at the start of the season. So Hastings will put that bob in the air. Pretty basic kick there. Should be easy for Blake Wilson. Gets it at the 15. And out to Tracy, who is back, by the way, if you didn't know. And Con Tracy get taken down here at the 20. Crossland's gone backwards this year. Well, I never really rated Crossland. I think he did well on that 10-game stretch last year. Absolutely, stood up. But Crossland's not that, in my personal opinion, I'm not a big fan of Crossland and the way he plays. Not personally a big fan. But I did think that he did well on that 10-game stretch. But beforehand, he was actually one of the, when we did our tier rankings and whatnot, he was in the very weaker section. He was down the bottom 3 for hookers in the game. But then, it did a good job at the back end of last year and then hasn't really found his form again since then. So he's kind of gone back to that real backward step. But it is a tough play too. It was crazy how Knights fans last week or the week beforehand were saying, Crossland should be a shout for New South Wales. I find that absolutely... that's a high tackle. That's a high tackle. Wow, hasn't been caught a high tackle. That should have been a penalty, Knights. 20 minutes gone here, guys, in the first half. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. 20 minutes gone. Sports only hasn't been that impressive in New South Wales Cup. Yeah, and a fullback he's not getting in. Armstrong has obviously solidified his spot there until Pong comes back. Oh, that's a knock on. That's a knock on there for the Knights. That is a knock on there from Newcastle. If Gamble wasn't injured, he's defo at 6. I agree, Brenton. And I wasn't of the belief at the beginning of the season. I thought it was always Jack Cogger 6, Hastings 7. But I've definitely come around to that now. Definitely changed that. Olivia Reed with the $8 Redo donation. Get around here, Olivia. Says, any cocktail recommendations? Now, this is, firstly, appreciate you for the donation, Olivia. Secondly, I'm not a huge cocktail drinker. Oh, there was a high tail before on Bailey Hayward from Saifidi. Should have actually been a penalty earlier to the Nicest, by the way, in this set. But cocktail recommendations. I don't really know many cocktails, to be fair. There's an injury right now, so they're just, look at that. Cocktail. What's one that I have had? Something with coconut in it, but, you've got to, it's like a Fiji tradition. Something with coconut in it. Whatever you can get right now that has coconut in it, Olivia, that's the one. That's the one. So Toby Sexton here, first tackle here at the 30. There's probably a lot of cocktails with cocktail in it, with coconut in it. But I'm trying, yeah. Anything that has a coconut and the strongest amount of alcohol. Pina colada, Tasmate says. That was the obvious one. I was trying to think something that was a little bit more obscure. Left hand side, Toby Sexton gives it off here to Hayward. Hayward here to Hutchison to Bronson Cherry. That wasn't the play, lads. That's not the play, lads. That is not the play, lads. That is just not simply the play. And over the sideline they go. That was not the play, lads. Oh. That was awful attack. What are they doing, bro? Oh, what's Blake said? Don't be sorry to Blake, Daz, mate. Don't be sorry to him. Don't be sorry. Blake knew what he was doing. I need to get a different water bottle. This sucks having to have those like small little sips. We're not sorry, Blake. Blake Harlan, we are not sorry. You got timed out 5 minutes. We are not sorry. So second tackle now for the Knights to the 25. Oh no, what's... Oh, gee, mate. Gee whiz. Haley, if you're watching this, you're a muppet. 4 tackle here at the 35. Have an espresso martini, that'll keep you going. I think the Broncos fans will need that right now too, Daz, mate. So Olivia, espresso martini, but a bit of coconut in it, you know? I wonder how that would taste. Espresso martini with a little dabble of coconut. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Fifth tackle for the Knights. And Cogger will... Oh, it's 6. Oh, this... Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. Yeah, it's a correct call. So the 6 again went up really late there from Grant Atkins, and then they kicked it, but they haven't had an advantage from it, so it'll be a nice penalty. Correct. Just like we should have had it at the Raiders to go for the 2 points to win. Yeah, Reid Marnie is so offside, it's outrageous. Outrageous. Reid Marnie was so offside. I think he was about 7 metres offside. So that's worked out brilliantly there for Newcastle. Why would Reid Marnie do that, man? Peter Collier, does that have coconut? I think so. Flurry's a fluffy duck. Flurry, I reckon you'd be the type of person that would like a cocktail on a holiday, on a cruise ship or something like that. Flurry, what type of cocktail do you suggest for Olivia? Right outside of the Knights, and Danny Gagai, second tackle, 5 metres out of the line, 17.5 minutes to go in the first half. Morning cocktails, Aussie men drink them, seriously? Olivia's not an Aussie man. Olivia's not an Aussie man, mate. Look at the chat, man. First tackle now, 5 metres out of the line. Out the back here to Hastings. Hastings underneath to Kaipi's Pool. Come on, Supercoach man. Go, Supercoach man. 5 metres out of the line, second tackle. Discipline, boys, come on. Logan Ballsacks, as Dasmate said, they cannot hear you right now. They can hear me at games, though. Jaden Brayley with the ball 2 metres out. Out to Hastings. Hastings to Cogger. Cogger underneath here to Gagai. Gagai steps around 1. And this is the good defense that we know the Doggies have this year. 4 tackle here at 11. I do have a male. Oh, yeah. But Olivia is not a male name. Hastings, short ball, Elliott. Oof, that was a good actual pass, but good tackle by... That's 6 again. They didn't call it. Hastings kicks it through. Oh, Toby Sexton drops it backwards. It's good. Good work, Doggies. Good work, doggy, woof, woof. Eddie Backer says, you love bringing it back to the Titans. I love it, but hey, Graham apologise. I don't give a shit if he apologised, because his apology don't give me 2 points. I don't give a shit if he apologised, mate. Nev says, hi, hello, Nev, how you doing, mate? Nobody says, your hard man image is in tatters, Blaze. No, your English skills are in tatters, because if you can read, I got a donation saying any cocktail recommendations, and if you actually had have heard me, I said, I don't know any cocktails, because I don't drink cocktails. You muppet? Listen here, Mr. Englishman. You should shoot me out. You're up, Mr. Englishman. There's no wonder we slap you in the ashes. You know what I'm saying? No wonder. Toby Sexton with the ball at 35. That's actually going to work out here to Bronson Cherry. Bronson Cherry, Gagai slips over, and Cherry taking down to the 50. Deary me, Daniel Bay. No wonder we slap you in the ashes. Fit tackle here for Toby Sexton. And also, in regards to my my man image, mate, I cry on this channel nearly weekly. Like, I don't think, to be fair, I do want to make other like men, guys feel like and understand that it is okay to cry and feel your emotions. But with that being said, I don't think I'm looking like the manliest of men. Third tackle at 35. Mojito is easy to make and delicious. That's a manly fanfare right there. A mojito. A mojito. But probably is delicious. Fit tackle here at the 40. At the 40. A mojito. There's no hard man image if you're drinking mojitos. Just because of the name. Just because of the name. That would be Bulldogs taking down to 10. Someone called me Oliver in here, so who knows? We appreciate your support, Oliver Reed. Get around your Oliver Reed. We've also had people call Daz Dave, mate, many times, so, it happens. Third tackle here at the 15. Senator says, do you think Titans are top 8 side this year or next year? Also, good win for the Titans. Yeah, good win for the Titans, mate. Fourth tackle at the 22 for the Dogs. I think there's still potential, but we need to... I'll tell you after the Rabbitohs and Tigers games. Because we have Lipoy Hopoy debuting. He's on the field. Toby Sexton kicks this down to... I thought that was coming a mile away too. David Armstrong knocks it on. I could see that coming a mile away as well. So David Armstrong knocks his ball to 25. And it was a good kick there from Toby Sexton. Really good kick. But we have the bye this week, then the Rabbitohs at home and the Tigers away. If we win both those games, I know they're against lowly opposition, but if you want to be in the top 8, you have to win those games. And then we have the Warriors, who are beatable as well. We've already beaten them this year. So we're only 3 wins out of it. And if you take 2 points off the Raiders and the Knights and give us their 4 points, then we'd be equal with the 8. But no, we're doing well with all our injuries right now, so I'm pretty happy with the progress that we're making. And next week, my boy Tan's back. JC will be back as well. Jojo will be back. So Bronson Cherry here, 15 metres out, hitting the line, first tackle for the Dogs. Right hand side to Reed Marnie, off to Lipoy Hopoy. Would love to see him score on debut. Second tackle now for the Dogs. That should be 6 again. Wasn't called. Reed Marnie off to Toby Sexton. Sexton hit to Hayward. Hayward at the back again to Preston. Oh, I thought he was going to score there. 5 metres out, third tackle. I thought he found the hole. Reed Marnie gives it off to Sexton. Oh, Daniel Saifiti's injured at the back play. God bless him. I hope he's all right. Forward tackle, 8 metres out. Out the back. Josh Adokar. Josh Adokar, 1-on-1. Ooh, this might be a try. His legs may have gone out, but this... I think this is a try. Yeah, they've called try. 10-2 with the hit to come. Casey Bader's right there, so she's blind as. So let's see with the bunker here first that he's got his legs in the air. So Reed Marnie, Toby Sexton. Well done, Drew Hutchison. Adokar. Now let's just make sure these legs are in the air. Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, he's not even close to out. He's not even close to out. Well done. I'm the blind one. Try time there for Josh Adokar. Sent to with the hit to come. Cogger again, Brenton. You're right. 10-2 here. Cogger again. That was a really nice touch there from Hutchinson. It could have gone. It could have been bad. It could have been an easy knock on with Adokar, but instead he does pick it up and he does score. Does score. Sportstime says Sexton looks so improved. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Toby can do here with the Doggies. Maybe this is starting to... if they do play like this here, the Dogs... and they do find some good... Because I don't believe Matty Burton is a 6. Do you consider moving him out of the 6? Because Toby and Hutcho, they might do well together. They might do well. I'm not saying that they're going to, but they might do well. So it gives you the option. Dasmate says put Fox in the 6. I don't think we're going to be putting Fox in the 6 at Canterbury, Dasmate. Don't think so. I don't think so. But, the Fox, let's trot. The Fox, let's trot. Database says, ignore me, Olivia. I'm just trying to be clever. It's not working, obviously. Yeah, not working. Not working, Mr. The Cocktail Manly Image. And Toby Sexton will... Oh, hit the pose. Dear me. It's all good, Daniel. You know we're all joking. So it'll be 10-2 here with 11 minutes to go the first half. Olivia says, sounds yum. Brenton says, Cog again. Samuel says, Bulldogs pulling the Knights apart. Doggies pull the Knights apart again. Not the first time this season. Not the first time this season. But yeah, Newcastle haven't been looking too red hot in this game. And that's why I said, if the Dogs had their full team, I was pretty confident to tip them. I obviously said that, hesitantly, you're probably looking towards the Knights here, but, the Dogs, they were always going to make this close. I didn't know if they'd win, but they were always going to make this close. But I said, if they had their full team out there with William Kickout, Stephen Crichton and Matty Burton, I was going to confidently tip them. Sports and Supporters Cole even do? I don't know at the moment, man. He hasn't for a while. He hasn't really clicked on for a little bit. 10 minutes to go here, the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Lepoi Hopoi taken down at the 30. Second tackle. Like a ball seconds, Burton has been in great form. There's no way he would go out of the halves. Still don't think he's a 5'8", man. I think you'll see the clear difference when you have a pure 5'8". I think that Burton is a great player. I'm just saying that I think that the team will do better with eyes to knock on Dogs in the 45. I personally see the team doing better. Dogs fans are super protective of their team. Super protective of their team. Very loud in it. I'm just giving you an extra opinion and perspective from an outsider's view. And my outsider's view is I think that Matt Burton is not a pure 5'8". And I believe that if you have a pure halves combo and have Burton obviously in the 13... I think they do better. And then Burton is effectively a third little half roaming around as well, but you put him out somewhere else. So, if he goes back to the centres, you've got Crichton and Burton, that's an unbelievable centre pairing. And also can provide a bit of a third half capability with his kicking game as well. I'm just saying, it's not out of the equation. And I think that the Dogs I personally believe, would do better long term with pure halves. And I'm not saying that means Hutchison and Toby Sexton in the future. It's not what I'm saying. So it's going to be second tackle here for the Knights, and they're going to get this ball. Oh, good offload there, actually. It's first tackle still. Saifidi comes off the field. Daniel Saifidi, that is. We had Tony Williams in the 6 at one stage. Anything's possible. The big T-Rex, Tony Williams. Where did T-Rex end his career? Was it Manly, Bulldogs, or Eels? I think it was Eels, wasn't it? Not a good attack and setting for the Knights. They had first tackle at the 50, and now their third tackle at the 42. So Jones comes on here for Saifiti. Adam Elliott gets the offload away. That was nice. Jackson Hastings here. And it all changed when Greg Marty didn't score that try on the wing, won't you? Tony Bates says, when I finish work later, may get a bottle of JD, whatever you were drinking. Cheers, guys. Hey, that's a good shout, mate. That is a great shout. Bit of JD. Finish the night off. Now we're talking. Jackson Hastings puts that ball up into the corner, and that'll be a nice take there by Con Tracy. Now, Knights, what they'll do here is keep him inside the 20, which is what they were doing for the majority of the first 20 minutes. Just hasn't... Knights' defence has been good this game. Like, that's great there for the Knights. That's unbelievable for the Knights. Taken down 2 metres out. And just pushing back 8 metres. Second, the Knights' defence has been good today. I get the scoreline, but the Knights' defence has been good. Their attack has been woeful. Woeful. All right, so the Bulldogs now, 4th tackle at the 15. I still want to make it to the casino to watch the games if I can. You got to do it. You got to watch the games. Go and watch the games. 5th tackle. Then it says, Knights will start playing well when Fox shows Snorkel Man. That's a great point. No Snorkel Man, no win. Simple as that. Oh, that's a beautiful kick there from Hutchison. That was a brilliant kick from Hutchison down to the 20. And that's given them some good meterage. Some good meterage there for the Bulldogs. The Knights have to work it out of their own 30, 35. That's really nice. Fox proving why he should be in the Blues side. I think Lomax has been better this year. And Lomax is a wanker of a bloke, but as a player, he's been really good this year. So I think Lomax has earned his spot there. I just don't know if you go with an inexperienced centre and wing pairing there, which is what they've done with Lomax and... Who's the other centre they've got there for New South Wales this year? 4th tackle at 45. I can't remember. Right-hand side here for the Knights. And it'll be 5th tackle at the 33. Good run there from Cogger. At least he did something. So Hastings now. And Hastings will whack that ball up. Armstrong, good attempt, but great work there by Con Tracy to grab it. There's nothing wrong with the tackle from... No, referee. You've gone into the crowd there. No, referee. No, challenge that. I'd challenge it. There's nothing wrong with it. He's not in a dangerous position, referee. That's wrong. Suoliti, yeah, Blake, there you go. This is not a dangerous position, referee. How can you tell me this is a dangerous position? He's never gone past the horizontal, which is what the penalty is. He's not past the horizontal. That's not a dangerous position, referee. The penalty is if it goes past the horizontal, and he wasn't. Well, that kick was awful. So the Dogs will only get the ball at the 15 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, Critter's not on the same side, Sam. He's I wouldn't say experienced, but he's had 1 or 2 games for Origin. Wasn't great, though, in those games. Then again, they used him as 14 in one of them. Knock on for the Dog. That's karma. I'm sorry, Doggies fans, but that was karma for that call. That was karma for that call. I think they're going to challenge this, so it might not be karma. But if it is a knock on here, Preston looks pretty adamant that this is a strip. Afro Boy says, it's your boy Ramsey here from Papua New Guinea. Let's go 9.12. Good luck, bro. Appreciate your support all the way in Papua New Guinea. Question for you, Afro Boy. Will you support Papua New Guinea as the team? He has kind of hit his hand out there. Yeah, penalty. Good call. Good challenge. So maybe not karma, but it should have been karma. But that was a good call because it was a hand movement that knocked it out. But I ask you this question, Afro Boy. If Papua New Guinea, which they more than likely are about to get a team in the NRL, would you stay supporting the Knights or would you support the Papua New Guinea team? Oh, that's a brilliant kick. Oh, that's an unbelievable kick. They've just gone from a 1 metre kick to like a 60 metre kick. That's awesome. If you put Burton in the centres, that's like 1.6 million on centres. Yeah, it's a good point. That is a good point. But again, it's a third roaming half, man. Third roaming half and attack, and defensively you've got him out there. Like, I don't know, interesting. So it's going to be... Oh, he's lost the ball. Oh, how is it a penalty? I'm not sure. You wouldn't go with 2. It's 8 points. That's 10 points wouldn't do much. You just go for the try here. Yep. Well done, Ben. You got his name wrong. The one thing he asked you to do. One thing. So first tackle here for the Bulldogs. 8 metres out from the line. Reed Marnie. He's going to go right to Curran. Curran here at the middle. Oof, close for a knock on there. Yeah, no, it is a knock on. Yeah. Yep, they've called knock on. They've called knock on. Good call, Jade Daz. Biffo. There's a Biffo happening. Oh, boy. Are they called penalty? Penalty against Canterbury. Against Reed Marnie. Not surprising. Dad Smith says, grab his dick and twist it. The old dick twist. Will Shaw says, Burton has to be somewhere, so it kind of comes down to Cherry at centre or Hutchison at 6. I reckon Hutcho at 14 makes the most sense. I still don't rate Hutcho as a player, but like I get what you're saying. Nate says, Newey better pull their finger out soon. If the Doggies score next, they'll be hard to run down, I reckon. In this weather, yeah, I don't see the Knights coming back from a 13-pluser in this weather. So 4 minutes to go here in the first half. It's only 8 points at the end of the day, right? Like, if the Dogs scored next and missed the conversion, 12 points is not that much. 14 points in this weather is starting to get a little bit dicey. Good run here by Jaden Brayley. Really good run to the 43 on the opposition side of the field, third tackle. They've just got no attack, Newcastle. They've got no bite. Absolutely no bite. Right-hand side, Cogger. Cogger gives it off here to Dylan Lucas. And Lucas will be taken on the 40. But again, the Dogs have the second best defence in the competition, man. So it really isn't, surprising that the Knights are finding it hard to score when they don't have attack. Left-hand side here to Kaipis Paul. Flicks it back to Hastings. Hastings gives it off here to David Armstrong. Armstrong here to Mapa Palangi. High tackle. Yep. Correct call. So penalty here to the Knights. 35 out. Sports Notes, please score before half-time, Knights. I think regardless, the game is still on. As long as the Dogs don't go out to a 13-plus lead at half-time, I think the game is still on. I don't think it's a necessity to score before half-time, but if you guys listen to the podcast, myself and Clarky's Rugby League column every week, I always say, the team who scores within the last 5 minutes of the first half usually goes on to win the game. So first tackle now, Jason Hastings to Kaipis Paul. Kaipis Paul, good run, strong run, 10 metres out, second tackle. Second tackle here. Jaden Brayley off to Jackson Hastings. Hastings short ball. Frizzell. Frizzell be 5 metres out. Third tackle. 2 before half time. Hey, it's not a bad option. You'd only be 6 down if you did it. You'd only be 6 down. Dylan Lucas, fourth tackle, 4 metres out now. 2.5 to go here first half. Jaden Brayley off to Jackson Hastings. Hastings short ball here to Frizzell. And yeah, just the attack is just not here for Newcastle, man. Jaden Brayley kicks it through, and that was actually a great kick. So dropout coming up. Dropout coming up. 7 says, do you think Burton should be on the bench as 18th man? Yes. As in, like, playing for the Bulldogs tonight, no. If you're saying, like, do I think he should be in the New South Wales squad? Yes. But in regards to being here tonight, no. Logan Ballsack says, Burto has more experience at 5'8" than centres if you think about it. Yeah, that's because he's kind of forced there by the Dogs to do that. Ooh, this actually might work out. It's gone back. Ooh, very lucky there for Kai Pearce-Paul. So Kai Pearce-Paul here, and it'll be... Weird way to look at it like ball sacks. Technically true, but weird way to look at it. Jack Cogger here, 15 metres out. I disagree with the notion that you're trying to portray there, but I understand what you're saying. Left-hand side now to Frizzell, and Frizzell offloads it. Here come the Knights. Here they go. Adam Elliott can actually do something with this ball in its good position. Back to the right-hand side. They've offloaded it. Back to Brodie Jones. Brodie Jones still going here. He gives it off here to Adam Elliott. That was a knock-on waiting to happen, but didn't happen. Second tackle here, 5 metres out. Jaden Brayley. He'll go at the back here to Cogger. Cogger back on the inside. Cogger offloads it. Dylan Lucas. Oh, he's lost the ball. He's lost it. Ooh, I don't think he's grounded this. I think it's going to be a strip here, which will be a dropout, because you're allowed to strip it. He's definitely knocked it. He's definitely dropped it, but I reckon this is a strip, which means that it'll be a dropout, which means Knights only get about 16 seconds to score. No, he just lost that. No, he's just lost it. He's just lost it. So that's pretty much half time. It'll be Dogs ball at 20. Nice and ready. Can't take away from the Dogs D, though. Been good. Yeah, the Dogs D's been good. Where is our attack? It's definitely not here, mate. The attack is not there. All the attack is right now is Hastings. Hastings hasn't done much. I guess he tried to risk it early, which didn't work out. More on Martzi and a good tackle from Preston than anything. Sports Science and other Knights are allergic to score it. Yes. But people forget that the Dogs are a good defensive side. And if you are a struggling attacking side, you're going to struggle to score against this Dogs team. You're going to struggle with that against a defensive team if you are not a good attacking team. Defense wins premierships. Dogs don't win the premiership, but they're making the right inroads to improving this team that in the next couple of years they might be within premiership contention. In the next couple of years, if they make the right decisions. But also they do need to sort their halves out for the big time long term. Toby Sexton, what a run from my boy. 35 metres out, 4 tackle. Can you go for a field goal? No, here we go. Last chance here. They put the ball up into the air. Chasing through. Armstrong. That's a penalty. Reid Marnie's got to be binned, man. Like, this guy is a grub, bro. Like, he can be such a good player, but, like, how many penalties can Reid Marnie receive before he gets binned? How many penalties can this guy give away before he gets binned? Like, it's going to be half time, but Reid Marnie, bro, come on, man. That's dangerous from him. So, it's going to be half time here, and the Dogs lead 10-2. They deserve it too. Knights have no attack. Dogs defense has been solid. He tapped and kicked it, yeah. I don't even know what just happened then. But there we go. So half time here. 10-2 to the Dogs. Again, deserved lead. Honestly, the Knights are doing nothing to show that they are a good attacking team whatsoever. They've got... It is wet weather, which does suit defensive teams as well, which is what the Doggies are. They're not a good attacking team, but they're a great defensive team at the moment, which you wouldn't have thought you'd be hearing this year. But they just simply are. So, yeah, you definitely can't be complaining about what the Dogs are doing at the moment. Again, attacking-wise, not so fantastic. Knights defensively have been quite solid. And it's actually come down from 2 relatively broken plays where the Bulldogs have scored. That left-hand side with Hutchinson the first time. Second time, Hutcho didn't mean to pass it, even though it went to the grass and Adokar picked it up and scored. It still kind of was a bit of a broken down play. So, yeah, look, the Dogs are winning, and they're winning nicely, and we'll see how it goes in the second half. And, you know, obviously, it came down to that really good effort play from Jacob Preston. The effort play from Preston to prevent Greg Matthew from scoring to make the game 6-0 with potential 8-0 to Newcastle is the difference right now. I think that's the difference. You can look at those 2 tries and go, great, but I think the difference is that Preston had that effort play to make sure that Greg Matthew didn't score that open side on the left-hand wing. But there we go, guys. Half time. Thumbs up. Smack it. Subscribe if you're new around here. And let me know your thoughts. Blake Hunt says, KDB on 38 points at half time. We'll take that with no attacking stats. Yeah, that's solid. I'll go have a look at the Supercoach scores. That is solid. I'm going to have a quick little drink here, guys. Give me one sec. Not many other Supercoach scores doing too well. Kuipers Paul 38. Jaden Brayley 36. I'll actually take that as well. Sam Hughes 15. And David Armstrong, 16, had a few mistakes this game. Hasn't been fantastic here today, Armstrong, unfortunately. The wet weather has really got to him. He is obviously a rookie debutant this year, so he hasn't really had... Oh, actually, he did have a wet weather game the other week, didn't he? Who was that game the other week the Knights had? It was pouring down an Armstrong play, didn't he? Who was it? Was it Dolphins? No, it wasn't Dolphins. It was... Who was... Was it Dolphins? No, it wasn't at Suncorp. It was in Newcastle, wasn't it? Was it Roosters? No, because Kalaponga played that game. Maybe it was the Warriors game when it was wet. And maybe he played well. I can't remember. Knights fans, you'd know more than me. Tigers. There you go. Was it Tigers? When was that? Knights. Oh, yeah, at Scully Park in Tamworth. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, like I said, half time, the Dogs deserve to be leading. Simple as that. Simple as that. Is there any actual good scorers here from this game? Maybe the Fox has a good score. Maybe the Fox. Wolfhounds had 95. I was like, yeah, Adokar 69. 45 for Adam Elliott. 69 for the Fox is good, but also if he doesn't score again, he probably will end up around that kind of point as well. So my nose is a little bit blocked at the moment. What's Kiraz, Fo said? Kiraz is a workhorse. Christian says Kiraz is a workhorse. South need to sign that guy. I don't think backs are who you need to sign if you're fully healthy, mate. Like, if you're fully healthy, you've got Trell, you've got Johnston, you've got Campbell Graham, honestly, Jack Whiten, but I know he's in the 5'8 right now, but Jack Whiten, and then Tyrone Munro. I don't think, unless you think Tyrone Munro's not the guy, then I don't think that you need to sign players in the 1 through 5 in the backs. Hey, by the way, guys, I've got confirmation. The shit talk between myself and Trell this week will be on. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I made sure with him. I messaged saying, we're all good for this week because I know he's been going through a lot, recently with the media. So I was like, I just want to check in and make sure that it's all good. I didn't want to kind of hound him with missing kicks and all that type of shit if he wasn't good with it. So, no, he gave the green light, the go-ahead. So... you should follow us on Instagram if you aren't already, because this week is going to be lit. It's going to be lit, because he doesn't mind biting back at me on his own Instagram stories too, the old Latrell. Brett Nesbitt says, both times come down to Cogger's defence. I would agree, yeah. You're taking Kiraz and Munro every day. I agree, Christian. I agree. I think Munro's got that pace about him, but also defensively a little bit lacklustre, whilst you've got Kiraz, who... I think Kiraz embodies what it is to be a Bulldog, though. I think Kiraz is I don't think he'd leave. I think that if he is wanted and loved by the Dogs, which I believe he is, I don't think he will ever leave. I don't think he'll ever leave Canterbury. I just don't personally see it. Currently, Kiraz, I saw the question, Kiraz is not on much. He is on 24 at half time, so not great. Geez, 799k he costs. He must be getting some pretty good scores lately. He must be getting some pretty good scores. What's he on? Yeah, 134 last week, 92 and 100. Jeez, he's going to go up some good dollar as well. He'll go up some good dollar. Let's go have a look at his break even. Round 13 trade out. Who's trading him out this week? 2 people. Wild. So what's his break even? How do you even find that here? Projected round 13, 132. Well, that was never happening in the wet. I can't even see how I can find his break-even here. Anyone know Jake Graz's break-even? Because he's going to go up some good money. Went up 86k last week too. Wowzers. You would have wanted to jump on him then. Is Elliott up there with runs at the moment? Adam Elliott. Adam Elliott has been making some decent enough runs. Let's go to the stats here. Adam Elliott has... he's got 46 points as a coach. That's probably coming from his runs. At 14 runs for 75 run meters. He's the second on the team behind Jacob Saifidi. Has had the most runs in the Knights though. 14 runs for 75 meters, whilst Jacob Saifidi 12 runs for 100 meters. So Saifidi is definitely more effective. But Adam Elliott has been doing a good job there. But he's also had 3 tackle breaks, which is enhancing that. Through 12 hit-ups. Good amount of post-contact meters. A couple of offloads. And has not missed a tackle. Yeah, well. Dylan Lucas has missed 3 tackles in a day so far. He's going to be on track for about 5, 6, potentially 7. So, not a great game here by Dylan Lucas' standards. Jack Hogg has missed 2 tackles, and we all know who those two are. Christian Kerr says, it's going to be rough for Trell when he misses those goals in front of you and your drums. Yeah, it will be rough for Trell, Christian. You know, he'll try his best, though, and that's all you can ask. You know, it's all you can ask, that he tries his best against the best in the business there. But it would be so peak. You know, can you just imagine this scenario, right? Let me put this into your mind. Can you imagine if it's like 20-18? Or let's say 21-20 to the Titans in the 80th minute, and the Rabbitohs have just scored on the wing, on my wing, right in the corner, and Trell's there. If he gets it, they win. If he misses it, they lose. That would be the ultimate do or die situation I have ever seen. That would be the ultimate do or die situation. Wowee. That'd be huge, because I know him. And I know if they got it, he would turn directly around at me and just gloat. But also, I would do the exact same thing if he missed it, right? So that would be peak content, but peak content. And the good thing is that we're both like I said, I've made sure that it's all good with him, because I don't want him to feel like it was bullying or anything like that, because I love Trell. He's a good bloke. We speak from time to time. You know, he's a good dude. I know what the personality is and the public personality that he's perceived and whatnot. But at the end of the day, he's a good dude. But I'm definitely going to be having some good banter with him this week about the kicks. And I'll be showing some missed kicks of his. It'll be funny, though, because I'll have a lot of Rabbitohs fans coming for me not understanding and not knowing that, like, we're both in it. Like, we're both doing it deliberately. Like, it's not like we're talking shit because we hate each other. It's just for a bit of fun reasons and to build up the hype of the game. Because if you go and have a look back at the Zach Lomax situation, he's a different situation because he's an idiot. But that was good promo and hype for that game. People cared about that Dragons-Titans game because of a lot of people who don't care for the Dragons or Titans actually watched that game because they knew about the banter and the sledging and whatnot between myself and Zach. So it is good promo. And it's like that Titans-Broncos game last year when we had the banter with Reese's Pieces and Reno. But unfortunately, their media manager, I think, told them Reese to block me, which was unfortunate. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was good promo. It was good promo. A lot of people tune in because they want to see me get embarrassed or see the fallout if I don't. Flags says, Christian, we can make people drop balls though. Yeah, no, it's been my job for 14 years now to do that. 14, 15 years. Farah says, do you think Bulldogs got better? Yeah, Bulldogs got better for sure. They're still not lacking in the attacking department, and this game against the Knights isn't really a game to go and say, oh, wow, the Bulldogs are amazing, but their defence is really nice. Their defence is nice. They're not going to be winning a premiership this year against teams like the Panthers and whatnot because they don't have the attack to win the premiership yet. But their defence is at a premiership kind of level. I will say that. Their defence is at a top 4 level. They're literally second for defence this year across the competition. So currently, the Dogs have definitely improved their defence by a landslide. But with that, they haven't improved their attack, and their attack it's pretty bland. But defence wins premierships at the end of the day. But you still do need to have a pretty culpable amount of attack in your game to be able to score the points to ultimately win you the games. And that's where they'll lack against these teams like the Storm, like the Panthers, even like the Sharkies and whatnot, right? So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do adjust. But they're not there yet, but they're definitely on the right inroads. Christian Kerr says, I never got what Lomax said to you, what he pissed off about it and told you to get stuffed after the game or something. Oh, yeah. Like, we've gone over this a million times, man. But at the end of the day, I wanted to piss him off. At the end of the day, like, he was enjoying it and having a good laugh with it and having fun with it during the game. When they were leading and when he scored and he looked over and, made it known that he was having a laugh with it. But then I made him miss his kick. And then they lost the game by 2 points. And he wasn't happy. So that's all we need to say here. That's all we need to say. Farah says, we got Critter and the Fox and Burton. Those are the top 3 players in the Bulldogs. What does that have anything to do with what I said, though? It's factually that your team, attacking-wise, has been not good this year. It's a fact. Defensively, it's been the top 3. Like, the top 2 defense. Like, it's a plot positive. Like, it's not an insult to say something that is factual about the team. That is the reason why. The Dogs are second best for defence in the comp, and they're in 10th. So that should tell you a lot that there is still something missing. And what's missing is the attack. I don't care about the names of Adokar and the names of Critter and Burton and stuff like that. that doesn't make any. It has no relevance to the conversation. The Bulldogs are lacking in the attacking department. The Sharks have scored 282 points. The Panthers have scored 268 points. The Storm have scored 280 points. The Dolphins 286. The Roosters 370. The Broncos 311. The Seagulls 299. The Cowboys 317. The Warriors have scored more in 240. The Titans aren't too far behind the Bulldogs in the attacking stats. And the Dogs are on at 238. So, you're not in the top 8 for attack. It's just as simple as that. So it's a fact. I don't care about the names. It's a fact. So that's what's lacking right now in the Dogs. Once they can fix their attack, they'll win more games, and they are a premiership contender. But right now, it's the attack that's lacking. Farah says, no, I'm not taking this as an insult. I'm saying that those players carry the team. No, I disagree. I think that the Dogs are a balanced team right now. I think that if you look at the Dogs team, a lot more, and I'm not calling you a casual, so don't take this as I'm saying this, but I think a lot of the casuals will look at it and say, Addo Stephen Crichton, Matt Burton, who else? I guess even maybe Reid Marnie, but maybe not. Point matter is that they'll look for the big names, and they won't realise that guys like James Salmon are doing a good job this year. Sam Hughes is doing a tough work in regards to defence. Maxi King, he's defensively, living up to the standards. Toby Sexton's been great as the halfback. Colin Tracy's been doing a great job as a fullback this year. And the point of the matter is that they're not being carried. They're not. They're actually working pretty well. Kikau and Buckhouse, they're working well as a defensive unit and balanced unit. But again, and this is what happens with a lot of teams, right? And this is what you saw with the Titans at the start of this year. The Titans, with Desi Hasler, tried to be a defensive unit from the start. And it didn't work. It really didn't work. And now you've seen that although they're giving up the points, the defensive efficiency is actually top 4 in the game, FYI, for everybody. The defensive efficiency of the Titans is top 4 in the game, but it's the little individual moments that are letting the other team score. So, they can be nearly perfect for the entire game defensively, and that's why you see a lot of people go, oh, wow, Titans are actually a lot better defensively, but yet they're still giving up 24 points. So, the Titans tried to do that, but what happened was the attack also went missing. So, although they were focusing on the defense, the attack went missing, and now the defense is a lot better, and the attack is definitely starting to come back as well. And that's what the Dogs need to do, is that because they've focused so heavily on the defense and it's worked, now they just need to let the attack come. And the attack will come, but they just need to make the right plays in the next couple of years and not just sign anybody for the sake of it, right? But they wouldn't have that much in the cap either, because Drew Hutchison and Toby Sexton, love my boy Tobes. I know Tobes well. If he sees this, he knows I love him. But they're not going to win a premiership with that halves combo. And I don't think they win a premiership with Burton as the 6 and Hutcho as a 7, or Burton as a 6 and Sexton as a 7. I don't think these halves combinations win a comp. So it's about finding that next manoeuvre. Akers Ramaha says Eagles should be Steve says Titans second on the table. Sorry, Steve, I do forget about this sometimes, mate. Forgive me occasionally. I just have a little bit of Alzheimer's, but outside of that, we keep on moving on. They are second. That's the official table. Serious. This is a serious channel, mate. A very serious channel, Steve. Come on, man. Come on, very serious. Oh, Jay, is that your mate? But the second half has started here, guys. The second half has started here, and it is the Knights of the Ball. Brings up to 15. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Oh, a couple of your mates, Jay. Couple of your mates. Christian says... Titans Rabbits next week has the potential to be like a 46-30 type scoreline. I guarantee the defense will not be there. I agree. I also think we could win big. And I know you'll hate to hear that. And I know you'll call me biased, and I can take that. You can't be a content creator in the public light and not be able to handle when you get it wrong. But I genuinely believe that we could win that game by a big margin next week. I do. And I could get slapped. I've seen my team slap me many a time before. But I'm pretty confident going into next week. Especially with, it's a significant round for us in regards to Kieran and his family, the foreign family. So that's going to be an important factor in the game. We are playing some good footy at the moment. We've got, Jaden Campbell coming back, Tanner Boyd coming back. We'll have Jojo Fafita coming back. So we're starting to get a lot more healthier now, and we'll be at home. So I'm really excited about that one. Third tackle leave the Doggies at the 40. Phil O'Connor says, hello mate, how you doing, Phil? Who do you go for, Phil? Bretton says, Kurt Mann has been good for the Dogs, underrated sometimes. I agree, for sure. Fit tackle of the Dogs at the 40 on the night side of the field. But Christian, I'm very well aware that it can be the opposite. We don't usually beat the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs are actually the team that we have the worst record against in the competition. I can't remember the last time we've beaten the Rabbitohs, but we only play the Rabbitohs once a year. We haven't played you guys out of the core for donkey years, mate. Donkey years. Christian says, I'm very realistic with my tips. I refuse to tip my team until they show me more. So you're tipping the Titans? Is that what you're saying, Christian? Is that what you're saying? Third tackle hit the 25. There is literally multiple ways that game can go next week. Knights to this ball, fourth tackle at 35. There's multiple ways. Titans could win 13 plus. Rabbitohs could win 13 plus, or it could be a very high scoring close game, like Broncos Titans. There is 3 different options there. All right, so they whacked that ball up, and you tipped Para last week. I tipped Rabbits, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. I think I tipped Rabbits. Farah says, bro, I'm a Dogs fan, but Doggies fans say they're better than Para, but we lost them like so much. So that's the rivalry talking there. Dogs fully healthy versus Eels fully healthy. I'm taking the Eels. But I do think it's a lot closer than it has been in the past. I think it's a lot closer than it has been in the past. But I still take the Eels. So Reid Marty will hit that ball there. But I think it's... 40-20 attempt. Ooh, David Armstrong. Going to get there quicker, mate. So they'll get the ball here at the 5, the Knights. And bring it out to... Ooh, ugly high tackle. First tackle at 15. If they can get 2 more and keep Knights under 8, Reeve said... what do you mean? If they can get 2 more, and then Dogs, what's that mean? What's the context behind that? Fellow Con says, David Armstrong has played good in the last 2 games he played, but that's what I think. Yeah, no, you're right, Phil. He has. He's played fantastic the last 2 games. Not this game, though. It's wet weather, and he's come a guts a little bit here. Oh, there was a good time to go right up underneath the ruck there. The 2 Bulldogs players had slipped over, but unfortunately Adam Elliott slipped over as well. Jackson Hastings here, left-hand side. Oh, this is a good play. This is good. It looked like a good play. It didn't end up being it. Fit tackle. Christian says, my team has not shown anything for me to tip them. I agree. I think a lot of people will go off that Eels game and go, oh, wow, Rabbitohs might be back. And it's like, it was against an awful Eels team, man. Without Moses, without Gutho, and without any confidence or consistency or defence or anything. And the Rabbitohs still didn't look great. You know, we watched that game together, and we said, like, both teams looked awful there, but the Rabbitohs just looked less awful. Adokar here, not the play, might work out still. Oh, no, you did not. Brody Jones. Oh, no, go, he did not. Oh, no, he didn't. Why did Brody Jones just play at that ball? Oh, no, Adokar is grabbing at his hamstring? Oh, no. Well, I don't know what Brody Jones just did there, but Josh Adokar, I think he's done his hammy. Oh, God bless him. I hope he's all right. So, Adokar... Yeah, Adokar's gone off the field. Yeah, he's grabbing his hammy, lads. That's another hamstring. It's another hamstring, unfortunately, lads. 2 points for the Dogs and under 8 for Knights. What? But 2 points for Dogs and under 8 for the Knights. But I don't understand what you're saying, though. What do you mean 2 points for the Dogs and under 8 for the Knights? So 12, 2, 12, 8. What do you mean? I don't know what the meaning of this is. Third tackle now for the Doggies, and they'll be taken down 25 metres out here from the Knights line. Latrell looked better that game, but I don't know if that caused what you just stated. I don't think Trell's been as bad as people make him out to be this year. The fifth tackle, I think he's an easy cop-out. I think he's an easy sledge. I don't think he's been as bad as people think. That's a knock-on. Yep, that's a ball plant, knock-on. Don't challenge it. Don't challenge it. So it'll be Knights ball here at the 10. And that's the attack that I'm talking about, lads. This is the attack I'm talking about. Brendan says, I don't know Brody knows what he even did there. I don't think Brody even knows what he did there. Yeah, it was a stupid play. And it's a forward, though. You know, you don't expect the big-time intelligent plays out of the forwards. Phil O'Connor says, I go for Rabbitohs. Hopefully when Campbell Graham can come back and maybe make our team a bit better because he played good last season, I really hope. Campbell Graham come back would be great. He's still a while away, though. He's after Origin. He's not until like round 20, 21, 22, I think. That's a knock-on from Greg Martiu. Oh, my gosh, Knights. Well, lads, I'm taking Chris Randall. They're going to challenge this. I don't think they should, but they're going to challenge this. Greg Martiu looked like he lost that ball. It's ridiculous how many hammies there are this year. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Captain's Challenger for the Knights. I think this is desperation here. he's just going to lose the ball. Like, I don't know why he did this. Why did they challenge that? Yeah, exactly right, Brendan. A waste of a challenge. That was stupid. That was a dumb challenge. And, yeah, Adam O'Brien's sitting there like, what are you doing? That's an awful challenge. Awful challenge. So 33 minutes to go here, and 10-2 to the Dogs. They might score again here, and that could be... it's not game, but it's close enough. It's 3 out here, and Hutchison just falls over and gets taken out of the 10. I think Hutcho's had a pretty good game for the most part, though. That was actually Tracy, by the way, but still, statement remains on Hutcho. Blake Hollis says, Bunnies just don't have backs that can run for a lot of metres. They're really missing Graham's carries. Absolutely agree. Actually, Cody Walker won't play next week either, will he? Jacob Preston, try time, too easy. Doggy's got 14-2 with the kid to come. Doggy's got 14-2 with the kid to come. They deserve to be lead. Knights haven't been good. Knights have not been good enough. That was too easy there for Jacob Preston, and Preston will score a try to make it 14-2. And that's as dumb as Harper's last week. I just can't believe, and that was Greg Martz who knocked the ball on. They then challenge it, lose their challenge, Dogs score. Greg's not had a good season. He's just not had a good season. And that's as dumb as Harper's last week. Brett Nesbitt says, if we win this game now, it'll be a luck. I just can't see the Knights win this game, man. They haven't looked up to it attacking-wise at all in this game. Like, they just don't have... It's just not there, you know? It's just not there. I don't know why this is just cut out. So, apologies. Don't copyright me, mate. Don't copyright me. There we go. We're back? Yeah, we're back. Beautiful. Brock Sports says, try time being bumped by the bish. Try time being bumped by the bish. Well, Doggies 13 plus are looking okay now, Jay. There's no problem with that. That's for winning the comp. The Knights aren't really a team that I'll be looking at for that. But, look, if the Dogs... On my, ranking scale, I get in grand final vlogs, right? For me to support the Dogs, which isn't happening this year, lads, but for me to support the Dogs, it would have to... 1 second, Sexton will miss the kick again. He's to the left post again. It's only 12 points, Knights, so it's not game over yet. Still 2 converted tries. For me to support the Dogs, it could be against the Titans, the Sharks, not the Warriors either. I'd probably... would I go for the Dogs or Manly? I'd have to go for Manly for my dad. I would probably support... I probably would support the Cows over the Dogs. I'd support the Dogs over the Storm. Over the Bronx, over the Dolphins. I'd probably even do it over the Knights, to be fair. Well, there's not much kind of attachment there. Mary Matataka, we appreciate you, Mary. Thank you very much. Well, I just said I'd support your Warriors. I just said I'd support your Warriors in the top 3 that made the grand final, as long as it's not against the Titans or Sharkies. But thank you very much for your 5 gifted memberships. Mary, Eli, Alex, Greg Egan, James Smith, Salty Army, and Adit Angra and Kings TV. All gifted memberships. Appreciate you, Mary. Thank you very much. Third tackle here with the Doggies at the 25. 30 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. That's what I'm saying. If we do win, it'll be done like Brenton says. Not now. It's only 12 points, but I just haven't seen anything from the attack, man. The Dogs' defense is solid. I don't think this will be as much of a blowout as people are probably expecting right now. I don't think it'll be a massacre in the second half, but I do think the Dogs probably confidently win from here. Andy Barkow says, Daz, are you ready for the Kings' birthday clash next, where Dogs get humbled? Mate, an Eels fan shouldn't really be talking too much shit right now, but you do you, brother. Well, they beat the Sharks, so that was good. But also, to be fair, they are still bottom 4, but, get back that confidence. Get the arrogance back into it. I like it, Andrew. Get into him. Get into him, Andrew. Get into Daz and the Doggies fans. Get that arrogance back into Parramatta. You need it. You need some arrogance right now. 4 tackled here for the Knights. They're getting slammed. Ooh, that's a dangerous tackle. Penalty. Yep. I know Curran would have something frustration about that, but he does, unfortunately. His head does get driven into the ground. It's unfortunate there. It's unfortunate there. Brenton says, if we get tip favourites, we tend to lose. Yeah, just like you did at Magic Round when you were tip favourites and you lost. Someone says, Knights, this is terrible. Yeah, this is awful for the Knights, but they've still got an opportunity. They're only down by 12, but they are at home. They do like to grind out a win, but this is just not... I just can't... So far from what we've seen, the Knights don't look on here. They don't. I agree there's no combo with Cogger and Hastings, mate. I think I've gotten to that point now where I genuinely am more excited to see Hastings and Gamble than I am to see Hastings and Cogger, and I never would have thought I would say that at the beginning of the season. Never would have thought I'd say that. Second tackle here, 20 metres out. Reeves and Harris is at the Doggies, able to get over again, you think? I reckon they win this game. Oh, they've knocked the ball on the Knights. Oh, and they've got no challenge, dude. Oh. Knights, awful. Knights have been dreadful today here, lads. It's been one of those games in the Knights where it's just bland and ugh. Hastings is complaining, but like you don't have a challenge, mate, because you guys wasted it on that stupid one just before. Okay, so Brayley to Hastings. Nothing wrong with that. Did he? If they had the challenge, I would have challenged that, but they don't have a challenge because they wasted on some stupid shit just before. Yeah, he's done his hammy there, lads. Yeah, ruled out with the hamstring. Adokar is out for the rest of the game with the hamstring, guys. That's probably 4 weeks, minimum. 4 to 6 weeks. That sucks for you, Doggy Sands. Another one bites the dust in regards to the hamstring. God bless Josh Adokar. Karad's good offload there. Reed Marnie. They've been killing the Knights with offloads today. Playing very Parramatta-y. There you go, Doggies fans. Still like that. Dadman says, not sure why they'd be cocky. The only title they've won of recent memory was... Oh, it's a Knights ball. Wow, that's a bad play there with the Dogs. Don't throw it away, Dogs. You've been the better team. Don't throw this away. Knights don't deserve to win this game off the way this game's been played so far. Don't throw it away. Knights here at the 25, second tackle. Not sure why they'd be cocky. The only title they've won in recent memory was a Nines title, and it got stripped because they cheated to win 2 wooden spoons. It's a good one from you, Daz. Hastings right inside. Cogger, high tackle. That's a high tackle. No, apparently not. Yeah, penalty. Take it 2, lads. No, take 10 metres out. They'll get a fresh set of 6 here. That was a high tackle. Andrew Backhouse says, Blaze, I think last night we have a lot to work on, but the inclusion of Moses is crazy, massive. His kicking game is too good. Yeah, no, it was really good. Also, Blake, no, they didn't call it forward. They said it was a knock on the tackle beforehand. But the Knights here, 5 minutes out. But you do have a lot to work on still, Andrew, for sure. But last night would make you happy, at the very least. Jack Cogger, and it made me happy on the sense that you didn't win by 30 plus, because at one stage I was nervous, which means he would have jumped us. Jaden Brayley, at the back here to Hastings. Hastings out to Cogger. Cogger at the back here to Armstrong. Armstrong sets inside, and there'll be 5 metres out from the line, third tackle. Don't take the 2, I get PTSD from 14-4 scoreline. 14-4 scoreline, what game was that? Does, can't remember. Fourth tackle now, 2 metres out of the line. That's 6 again. Drew Hutchinson, bro, what are you doing, mate? 100% 6 again. Hutchinson, mate, that was awful. First tackle now, 3 metres out of the line. Oh, 2012 grand final, okay. Okay, Brayley, another 6 again here. Hastings set from the inside. Wow, he's slow. You could see that step kind of a mile away. So first tackle here for the Knights. They're 3 minutes out. Oh, Brayley! It's going to be 6 again here. It's going to be 6 again here. There could be a bin coming up very soon. So there's going to be a warning. This might be a... They're going to check for a penalty. Toby Sexton. It's clearly not square. This could be a penalty try. Oh, this is a potential game changer, this. AJ Brewer fan getting around it. So Toby Sexton is very clearly not square. Very clearly not square there. Very clearly not square. There's no... You can't call penalty try, but it's a bin. He would... Nah, Preston's holding him up there, though. Yeah, due to the other defenders around... Yeah, I'm okay with that call. It's not a penalty try because Preston's there. I think the first one should be a penalty try at the beginning of the game, but I don't think this one is. That one's the correct call because Preston has his arm around the ball, but Toby Sexton goes to the bin here. It doesn't... Well, Toby says, what am I supposed to do? Well, unfortunately... they can utilise that. Like, Brayley is allowed to see you not square and then run at you, and that's a penalty. That's a 6 again. So, there's nothing wrong with what Brayley did there. You're clearly offside. It's a bin, Tobes. It's a bin. He knows it too. Yeah. Ruling out penalty try, but you are going to the bin. Yeah. It's the correct call. It's unfortunately the correct call. Yeah, look, he may not be able to do anything about that, but it is the right call. Fellow Connors says, Panthers vs Dragons, 5:30pm. Who will win? I won't be able to stream that game. I'll be at Tweeted Seagulls tomorrow, doing a vlog, which will come out on Monday. But I think Panthers win. And then I'll be back here streaming for the Raiders versus the Dolphins game. I will be here for that one. All right, 5 minutes out from the line. 25 minutes to go here of the game, guys. 14-2 to the Dogs, but Dogs have a man down. Jackson Hastings, left-hand side. Kai Pearce-Paul, 5 metres out, second tackle. Knights, you have to score when the Dogs are down a man. You've got a great opportunity right now. Jack Cogger. Cogger gets it out of here. They've got numbers. Brody Jones, mate. Pass the ball. 6 again, did they just say? No, third tackle still. Sure. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty for playing at the hands in the ruck. Oh, Grant Atkins, come on, bro. 4 tackled at the 10. Grant Atkins, know the rules, bro. You can't play the ball in the ruck. Jaden Brayley gives that defence. Crossland. Crossland gives that the back end to Cogger. Cogger at the back again to Hastings. Hastings to... Oh, Marcy slipped over and stands up. But he comes back on the inside. He's still going here, Greg. 3 metres out from the line. Fit tackle. 3 metres out. Greg Marcy to Brayley. To Jack Cogger. Cogger kicks it through. Oh, it's going to be... penalty to the Dogs. For offside, they've said. Really? Really? I'd love to see this again. So it's going to be Dogs penalty at 10. Really? Let's have a look. So Cogger, he's no. Oh, Frizzell was probably offside. There was no try there, but it was just whether it was going to be a dropout or Dogs ball, and it ended up being Dogs ball. Maybe take us all these penalty try calls coming after Dal Martinez and Lesniak, no try. Well, Mary, I've got my complaints about penalty tries too from that 2 weeks ago with Moaki Fodawaker and Saifidi. I have my complaints too because there was a question about Fafita, but that was ignored. Should have definitely been a bin, though. Should have been a bin. Anyway, 4 tackle at the halfway point. Referees are very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. They called a no penalty try in this game for the Knights when it should have been a penalty try at the beginning of in the first 10 minutes. But they didn't call that a penalty try. But that wasn't a penalty try just then with the most recent one. That should be 7 tackle set. Correct. So it will be nice work by the Knights. So they'll get the ball here at the 20. Good work by Nari Tuala to put his foot back in the in goal. And it'll be 7 tackle set now. They'll be at the 32. Don't worry, Mary. I feel you. I understand you. It doesn't matter. 2 players in the bench. You're still losing, Knights. I wouldn't be too early, but you're right. Oh, good run by Crossland. That's a really nice run by Crossland. Gets up to Greg Martiu, and he's still running Greg Martiu. That's a great, strong run to the 40. Second tackle at the 40 on the dog side of the field. That should be a 6 again. Jaden Brayley, 30 metres out. Third tackle. Yeah, they don't show the bad calls again. Yeah, they don't. Jackson Hastings gives up the Kai Pearce-Paul. Pearce-Paul looking for the offload. Couldn't get it, though. 20 metres out. Fourth tackle. Knights are starting to dominate the possession, man. Dogs got to be super careful. Got to hold out this defence, but the defence has been really good. 10 metres out. Fifth tackle. Knights now. Right-hand side to Jack Cogger. Cogger. Oh, Hastings, bro. You have got to be watching the play, Hastings. You have got to be watching the play, mate. How do you... Hastings gets this ball, he scores. How are you not ready for the pass? How are you not ready for the pass, Jackson Hastings? That doesn't make any sense how he's not ready for the pass. Oh, it's actually a knock-on from the Dogs. Was that not touched by the Dogs just then? Okay, apparently not. Apparently not. I thought there might have been... So originally, I thought it went straight to Hastings. He just knocked it on, but I think there was actually a hand there from the Dogs that actually may have made that a knock-on. But anyway, I might be wrong. All right, so Doggies now 20 metres out from their own line. Max King, strong contact there with Crossland, but what a run by Maxi King. Oh, drivers, they've taken it back. This is woeful. I just don't understand why Hastings wasn't ready for that. This game is woeful, Flurry says. I've enjoyed it for being a grindy defensive game from the Dogs. I have. I've enjoyed it on that reasoning. But it hasn't been a great performance by the Knights whatsoever. They don't have any attack in them. Ribson, I said, I like how you're unbiased when watching games, which makes the streams good. Well, I do what I can, mate. Sometimes, like, that's why I don't like to do Titans streams, right? Because obviously my bias will come out with the Gold Coast Titans. You know, and like I do say to you guys, like it is my opinion at the end of the day, but you can clearly tell when I'm saying something that isn't true and when something, like, I always will tell you what I believe. Whether people disagree or not, that's up to them. But I will always tell you what I believe. So if I think that a call is wrong, then I will say it's wrong. If I think that a call is right, I'll say it's right. That doesn't mean that it is right or wrong. It just means that that's how I'm seeing it. And I do my best in that. But at the end of the day, even I'm human. I'll get things wrong as well. But I do try my best. So third tackle here, 20 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you are new around here. But if you guys can tell, I have taken a very different approach. That's a knock-on from the Knights. That is another knock-on from Jackson Hastings. Another knock-on. Another knock-on. Another knock-on from Jackson Hastings. Brendan Wesley says, I feel like I'm losing brain cells watching you tonight. Brendan, you're not wrong, attacking-wise. Defensively, they have been solid. I will tell you this. Defensively, they've been fine, but attacking-wise, they have been just awful. Awful. Someone says, let's just blow full time and all move on with our lives. Well, I think that the Knights would probably want that because their points differential is not great as it is. They don't want the Dogs to blow this one out. They're on -9. The Dogs are on +47. So right now they're about +59. So if they can keep bumping it up, they're getting up there in regards to their points differential. Phil O'Connor says, at least we can watch the footy and would rather watch a game or now watching, I'll watch. A lot of watching there, Phil. A lot of watching. But yeah, of course, it's footy, mate. It's footy. We love footy. Plenty of footy. So third tackle here for the Doggies at the 15. Right inside of Bailey Hayward. Hayward gives it off to Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Preston. And Preston will be taken down at the 5. I will say as well, though, Reeves, a lot of people think... Actually, I'll say this after the set. Left-hand side to Drew Hutchinson. Hutchinson taken out the 10. Fifth tackle now. 19 minutes left. If the Dogs score next, it's game over. And that's played at, and that is, I think, a try, and I think that's game. I'm pretty certain this is a try here for the Doggies, and that is game. That is game, my friends. That should be game. Josh Curran will score a try. That is a very lucky bounce there for Curran. But at the end of the day, it is going to be a try there. So 18-2 with the kid to come. Super goals in the chat. Everyone getting around Josh Curran. So yeah, Reed Money goes left. He kicks it through. It's played out there by Brayley, and I'm pretty certain Curran gets to this before the line. Yeah, Reed Marnie bounces off the hand of Brayley directly into the left leg there of Curran. Does he get it down before the line? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Good try. 18 with the kid come. I think that's game. I think that should be game. That should be game there. That guy just ripped his whole cover. His whole coat thing. But yeah, look, Knights have been so awful today. Doggies have been defensively the better team. They've definitely, I think Knights defensively, again, have been solid in this game. But overall, the Dogs are going to win it. The Knights have just been putrid in this game. They have been awful attacking-wise. The Knights have got a lot to think about. There's we all knew this could definitely come from Newcastle, but you didn't think this would be happening here today. They just haven't shown anything. Not a single part of this game, the Knights have shown any form of attack. And as Brendan Wesley said, you feel like you're losing brain cells watching the Knights today. But again, the Dogs deserve this victory here. I don't see them losing this game. And they were down a man for 20 minutes in this game, and the Knights still did nothing. So that just shows you the Knights are really lacking on the attack. And you go and have a look at the ladder in regards to the Knights' attack. They are currently at 7. They've scored 200 points. Now, 200 points is the second least amount of points scored in the entire competition. So let's go through this. The Sharks have scored 282. The Panthers have scored 268. The Storm 280. The Dolphins 286. The Roosters 370. The Broncos 311. The Raiders 230. The Seagulls 299. The Dogs 238, which isn't great themselves. 317 for the Cowboys. 204 for the Dragons, still better than the Knights. 240 for the Warriors, 217 for the Titans, 213 for the Eels. The only one worse than the Knights in this competition for attack this year is the West Tigers with 173. The Tigers have the worst attack in the competition. Even the Rabbitohs have scored more points than the Knights this year. The Rabbitohs. And that tells you a clear difference right now with this Knights team. A very, very clear difference. So there is problems in Newcastle that have been really sketched over and real hidden by the by, I guess, their 4 wins on the trot, one of them being super controversial, people haven't really acknowledged that the attack is just not there at all. And they are going to severely struggle throughout this season if this is what their attack is. Because people might go and say that the Knights have played in wet conditions here, and that's why. But it's like, the Bulldogs have also played, and again, the Bulldogs' attack hasn't been great today. It's their defense that's won in this game, and defense wins premierships. But just the Knights have got a lot to ask themselves, because the only team they've scored more points than in 2024 is the Tigers. The Tigers. Jackson's Bulldogs easy. So Watson says, how long left? 16 minutes to go, bro. 16 minutes to go. Mary says, Josh Curran, Warriors legend. Warriors legend. Poncho is the word you're looking for, I believe. Thank you, Blake. I couldn't think of it. Toby Sexton will come back onto the field here for the Doggies. Correct, Flurry. Yes, correct. Blake says, their attack is very reliant on Ponga and is obvious when he is there. When he isn't there. Correct. Knights fans don't like to hear it, man. But sometimes, and this is what I was actually going to say to Reeves and Ara before, is that Reeves was like, I'm glad you don't commentate bias. And it's like, I will say things that I believe, and I will say this about the Knights, and the Knights fans will be like, you're just a Knights hater. You just hate the Knights. And it's like, no, I'm not a Knights hater, to be fair. I don't mind the Knights. There's nothing wrong with the Knights overall. But, like, it does need to be said, because you're not going to have anyone in the Knights community really talking about this besides, like, the some fans here and there. You know, I'll just tell you what I see. It's like with the Dogs. People call me Dogs hater. I don't hate the Dogs. I just tell you that the issues within the team that I can see. I do watch every game. That doesn't mean I know everything, but it does mean that I have a good idea for a lot. And then I get called a Cowboys hater because I tipped the Broncos against the Cowboys. The Broncos flogged them. And then it's just crazy, man. Like, I'm not telling you guys that... I'm not telling you guys everything I say is fat, but it's just what I see from the games. And this is proven what I've been saying for weeks now. The Knights don't have jack shit attack. Brendan Westing says 20 minutes with a man advantage and all they can come up with is 2 points. Pack it in, lads. Newey has shown less than nothing. Yeah, less than nothing. I agree, Brendan. I agree. Pickle Dick earlier calling you a Storm hater. Did someone call me a Storm hater today? Oh, yeah, old mate. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But that one's a bit different. That's not because I'm giving an opinion. That's just because they obviously couldn't see the Storm on the table. Now apparently it would be a Pants hater. That's why I say to you guys, if you ever want to be a content creator, man, you cannot ever be afraid of being wrong. If you like, everyone's wrong at times. Guru's wrong. I'm wrong. Clarky's wrong. And doesn't he hear it? Like, everyone cops it, man. But that's because our opinion's put out there on show. 4 tackle here at the 30. And again, just because we say something negative about your team does not mean that we hate your team. That's a knock-on for the Knights. They have been awful tonight. Don't hate the Knights. So first tackle here for the Dogs at the 40. I'm him, so I'm never wrong. Thank you, Daz, mate. You are, in fact, him. You are. You are, in fact... Daz, when did you subscribe to the channel? Was it 2020 or was it before? Just don't be wrong, Blake. Thank you, Blake. Thank you, Blake. You are wrong. You are wrong. Daz, mate, you've been a long term. When you were here, what, 2019, 2020? 2019, there you go. What was your first video you subscribed for, Daz? Third tap. Oh, 6 again against people. Oh, my gosh. Dogs are going to blow them away now. Dogs are going to blow them away. This night's team is just pathetic today. Pathetic. All right, so right-hand side off to Sexton. Sexton here to Max King. I'll read your comments in a second, Branson. Second tackle here at the 7. Sorry, I'm just commentating right now as your team's probably going to about to put get more points put past you. And they will, I think. I think the Dogs just scored. Try time Dogs. Try time Dogs, Brandon. We'll have to check this with the bunker, but I think it's try time Dogs here for Preston. So Brent Neslick said, I'm not using the wet as a disadvantage because we've won most in it. Just, we only went 2% more with Ponga. True stat. Check the stats. Still think Ponga being there is better than him not being there. And I do think the Knights look a lot better when Ponga is there. Regardless of the results, I think they look a lot better with him there. Alright, so let's look at this here. Preston. Oh. You want to slow this one down. You want to check this one. I think he's got it. I think he might have it. I'd like them to slow this down here. I'd like them to slow this down to see if Preston does get this. And nah, I don't think I could call that a try. I don't think I could call that a try from Preston. You'd have to really slow this down. Have they confirmed it? Oh, they have confirmed it. Try time. There you go. 13 plus looking mighty fine. No, Jay, yeah, it is definitely. Well, I don't think that it's not going to happen. I think it absolutely happens now. Knights have shown nothing. I don't understand how that's confirmed, though, to be fair. I would have looked at that. Someone says someone poking shit with a stick would get more attack back from the shit. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's his Greater Western Sydney Richmond Grand Final stream, or it was Raiders Roosters rivalry video. Oh, it could have been, yeah, that Raiders Roosters rivalry video. That's right, yeah. So Toby Sexton here will get the kick. That's my boy, baby. That's my boy. Go Tobes. Knights fans are walking out of the stadium with 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes to go. They're walking out. There we go. He's just all hype. That's why I've looked it up. I disagree with he's just all hype, mate. From someone who watches as much footy as I do, I would say that I think that he is not just all hype. I think Kalaponga is the real deal. But does that mean that the Knights are only a Kalaponga team? No, not necessarily. And I will always say that it comes down to a team effort to win games. It's not just one player. But then again, look at the Eels, right? The Eels looked absolutely dreadful when they had no Mitchell Moses. And then look what happened when they had Mitchell Moses last night. And I think that you'll clearly see a difference with this Knights team when Ponga's back in the way that they're structured the attack, the way that they play, the confidence they have in their defense. I feel like, although David Armstrong's done a good job, he's also been quite awful tonight. And Ponga has his games too, but I just think you'll see the aura, the difference in this Knights team when you've got a guy like Ponga there attacking wise. Lane Bryant's Dogs too good. Yeah, Dogs too good. Knights awful. Absolutely awful. But the Dogs absolutely deserve this victory. Seb wasn't said I'd be nerdy running if I was a Knights fan, so I didn't have to go back. So Toby Sexton to comment Tracy here too. Jamin Salmon, fit tackle at the 15. 10 minutes to go here, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. Like I said before at the beginning of the stream, I will not be here for the early game tomorrow, the Panthers Dragons. I will be down at Tweedhead Seagulls versus Western Clydesdales in the Host Plus Cup. Tweedhead Seagulls are the feeder club for the Gold Coast Titans. So I'll be going down there, vlogging them, getting a good vlog there. You guys will see that on Monday. And then I will be here for the Raiders and the Raiders and Dolphins game tomorrow night. I will be there for that. Fellow cons, I'm going to feel bad for the Knights in the sheds. No, they deserve to get slaughtered by their coach. They deserve it. They've been dreadful. They've been dreadful. Dogs have been better, but the Knights have also been dreadful. The Knights have shown nothing, man. Nothing. How do you feel sorry for them when they've been their own worst enemies? Like, they've dropped the ball. They've made the wrong decisions. They've challenged something that was so obviously not challenge worthy. Like, the Knights have been just dreadful today and shown nothing. I don't feel sorry for it. Like, I feel sorry for teams if they get absolutely thumped, but you could see the effort was there. Where's the effort been tonight for the Knights? The effort it doesn't really look like it's shown. 100% it's a team effort, but Bradman and Gamble have played a big part as well, and they're not there. I don't think Ascent is changing it. Gamble, I think, changes this game. I don't think you win the game, though. And this is what I said before the stream. I said this before the stream. If the Dogs had a full-strength team out there, I was confident the Bulldogs would run away with it. So I should have just stuck by my guns and said the Dogs win this game. Because if they had Kikau and they had... If this is full-strength Dogs on full-strength Knights, I was super confident. That's including Ponga. I'm super confident the Dogs will win that game. And this has proven it to me. Because although the Knights have got a couple players out, and the Dogs have players out, the Dogs have whooped them here in Newcastle. So I was right to feel confident in that prediction. You said we had a good day at halftime. You did. And you do. I don't think... And this is the thing, right? It's 24-2 right now. This doesn't mean that you've been bad defensively in this game. It doesn't. You can try and catch me out all you like, mate, but I know how to respond here. It does not mean... Like, look at the Titans, for example. That defense has been... Defensive efficiency. people look too much at the score, and they don't look at the defensive efficiency. They don't look at the little effort plays, the little plays, and the efficient tackles that are being made. Individual lapses can provide scorelines like this. Individual lapses can provide the Cowboys coming back at 20-18. But at the end of the day, the Titans' defense throughout that game was fantastic. And the Titans' defense in most of our games over the last 6, 7, 8 weeks has been fantastic. So, just because the scoreline is 24-2 and might be 30-2 any moment now, does not mean that the Knights haven't been good defensively for the most part today. It's just the individual lapses has been costing them. And I do think the Knights have defensively been good in this game for the most part. Now it's come to the end of the game, and the blowout does ensue. But that does not mean the defence wasn't there for the Knights in this game. Good luck catching me out, Brenton. Good luck. Farah says, bro, Dogs is 11 and Warriors is 10 updated. No. It will be updated when the NRL update it. That'll be updated by tomorrow. David says, round 13, we've already got one less win than last year. Yeah, exactly right. All over the shop, mate. Leave it there. You're saying I'm all over the shop? Bro, if you're saying that I'm all over the shop, based off what I've just responded to you, you're salty, and I'd probably say, move on, bro. Move on. Because I've explained it to you pretty fairly. And if you don't like it, unfortunately, that's a you problem. Because I haven't said anything that was wrong in that situation, and the Bulldogs will score there. And this is what happens towards the back end of the game. For the most part of this game was 14-2. And the last 20 minutes, you've let this game blow out. The last 20 minutes, your defense hasn't been good. For the first 60 minutes, your defense was good. Really simple stuff. Not rocket science. We'll agree to disagree. That's cool. Your team was down 14-4 for 60 minutes this game. So we can agree to disagree all you like, but at the end of the day, you've conceded, 3 tries now in the last 14 or so minutes. So you can agree to disagree, but I know that you know what I'm saying is true. I know you know it, because it's not rocket science to what I'm saying here. I'm also giving you a compliment to your team. So you can shit on your team all you like. You can throw your team under the bus all you like, but from a non-biased perspective here, both the Bulldogs and the Knights, I'm telling you right now that for 60 minutes of this game, the Knights were not bad defensively. So if you want to go and say that your team's been shit-ass for 80 minutes, feel free. Go for it. Attacking-wise, your team's been shit-ass for 80 minutes. 100%. But defensively, for 80 minutes, your team has not been shit-ass. But if you want to choose to do that thing, then you can choose to say that. Jays, my head hurts. Of course it hurts, because you've got a Knights fan trying to tell me that the Knights have been awful defensively the entire game, when that just simply has factually not been true. Not been true. Bronson Cherry try time, 28-2. I'm lost in the sauce, Mary says. Exactly right. Imagine having to fight a compliment for the Knights against a Knights fan who is trying to shit on his own team. If you want me to agree with you and just say that Knights are shit house, I can do that for you, mate. If that's what you want. It's not true in the context of what we're talking about, but fair enough. I don't care. 5 minutes to go here, the game's 32 to the Dogs. David says we're in the 8 bitches. I think you're 6th now, aren't you? I think you're 6th. I think he's 6th. So 5 minutes to go here. Bronson shit them doggies. Flurry says, love it when NRL let's know drug cheats back. Not. Oh, I shouldn't have read that comment. Nate says was Rob's. Warriors is 10 and Dogs is 11. I didn't even read that comment out because I was. Brenton, man, my best suggestion is move on. Warriors are also 13th. What is that like talking about? And that's going to be Canterbury Bull. Desmond says, we're 6th. I might need 5 more bottles of vodka. I thought it was just 8th. Okay, so Dogs win this game. So they're up by 32. They're up by 28 points. So 57, 67, 65, plus 65. So they currently are in 6th. But the Broncos have the bye, so you'll go down to 7th. The Raiders, if they were to win, they would go above you, so you'd go down to 8th. And then if the Manly Seagulls, so you actually aren't in the 8th. If the Raiders beat the Dolphins tomorrow, you're not in the 8th. If the Raiders beat the Dolphins, you'll be 9th. So because the Knights will drop, you'll drop below. The Knights will drop below you, but the Broncos with their bye, they'll go to 16. You can't get close to the Roosters with plus 135, regardless of the result against the Cowboys on Sunday. So yeah, you'll more than likely finish this weekend in 8th. More than likely. I can't. I used to pray for times like this. Flurry, like honestly, I'm okay with Dogs fans kind of acting like this because I know what I'll be like when the Titans are like it. It'll be so good to just be confident in the team. Oh, look at the defense. Go Toby, my boy. Oh, he's so close. Oh, close. That was so oh, they're going to score. No, they won't. 3 minutes ago. Damn, I wanted to try with my boy Tobes. Yeah, Wilshire, I agree. Hope this version of Armstrong is temporary. His worst game so far by a country mile, for sure. Rain says, Warriors need to change their style league. Running it straight. Warriors need to change their style league. Running it straight ain't going to help you against the Aussie teams. Two different styles. That's why New Zealand is Union and Aussie more league. Well, you say that, but New Zealand's actually coming around to the league a lot more, and I think you know this. I think you know this in New Zealand, that because the Super Rugby has been so poor, that the Warriors have been on the up, not maybe this year, but last year. The Warriors have been taking over a lot more, and the Rugby League is actually building quite heavily in New Zealand right now. That's why I think they need to get that South Island team in, but obviously didn't do that. Oh, Knights. Oh, Knights. Oh, Knights. So what was I saying? I agree the Warriors need to change their game style because I think they're playing like last year. I think they're playing like last year right now, and teams have adjusted to them. It's a penalty to the Dogs. I don't know why that's a penalty to the Dogs. They do need to adjust their game style because people can read them. Sean Johnson is obviously regressing with his age now. I think that's pretty clear. And I think that you've seen that the Warriors have actually looked better when he hasn't been playing. That's not a late shot. I disagree with that. Who wins, an under-16s or the Knights? Tonight, under-16s. But as I said, we'll be back still 11th. Yeah, for sure. It's one game. It's one game. You still won 4 games in a row coming into this. One controversially, but at the end of the day, you got the 2 points. So you still won 4 games in a row. People forget that people are so now. They only think, oh, geez, Knights looked awful this game. Game over. I'll give you the facts in regards to the attack, but at the end of the day, like, it is only one game. Bronson Cherry, 3 minutes out from the line. 3 minutes out. Like, the Dogs didn't look great. Was it last week? Or was it the week beforehand? But people will forget about those. They forget about them quickly. Like, for example, Titans fans, they forget about that Dragons and Dogs and Dolphins game and whatnot because now we're actually playing quite well. You know, you forget about that Knights game because, the Broncos game. People are very now. And that's why I try to adjust here on the channel and say, like, I try to keep people kind of in the understanding of the wider scheme rather than just the narrow scheme of, oh, Dogs are whooping the Knights here. Oh, that's a headbutt there from Safedi. Send him off. He's off. I send him off and he's suspended. He's an idiot. Safedi, you're an idiot. Send him off. He's going to be suspended for weeks. He's an idiot. Like, Reid Money deserves to be hit, but, like, he's an idiot. I wouldn't even beat him. I'd send him off. That's just stupidity. He'll get suspended for weeks. He's an idiot. Great player, but, like, he's an idiot. That's stupid. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, Reid Marnie is a little dick, but, like, at the end of the day, Saifedi can't be doing that. So, Dogs will make it 36-2 any moment now. They should add one more team in because in Magic Round the Dragons missed out, and that's not fair for one team to miss out. Correct, but there will be 20 teams by 2032. So we'll have Papua New Guinea coming in a couple of years' time. And then I think we'll have that second New Zealand team, and then I think we'll also go to Perth. I think that's how it'll probably go. I don't think they go Western Brisbane. I know the Brisbane Tigers want to come in, or whatnot, or East, or whatever, but they're not going to get in. I don't think you add another Brisbane team in. Surprised they're going for the 2 here, the Doggies. I'd go for the better points differential. Absolute brain explosion, Christian Kerr. Brain explosion if there is one. Refs made that game controversial on us, don't you reckon? Yeah, correct. I never said it was the Knights' fault. It's not the Knights' fault. It's also not the Raiders' fault. It's the referee's fault. But it's still that game is controversial, right? So it gets tied down with the Knights. It gets tied down with the Raiders. It doesn't mean I think that the Raiders or the Knights are the ones that are controversial. But I think that it's controversial nonetheless, which ties it back to that game. But it's the referees. So Toby Sexton to make it 32-2. Bing bong, ding dong, makes it 32-2. Toby has been good, Flurry. He has been good. Loved it for him, but there we go, guys. That, my friends, is game over. The Doggies will win 32-2. Look at the goods. Defensively, really sound. Attacking-wise, worked later on in the game when the Knights have been absolutely flourished. I think that this is interesting how the Dogs go on. They've got a game against the Eels next Monday on the King's holiday or whatever it is. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they can perform in that. They've got a bit of a break in between, which is really nice for them. But yeah, the Eels have got a better attack right now than the Dogs, but the Dogs have probably better defence than the Eels right now. So yeah, it'll be super interesting to see how that one does go. But there we go, guys. I'm going to jump off here for now. I will be back tomorrow night for the... what's the game tomorrow night? We will be back tomorrow night for the Raiders and Dolphins game. I won't be here for the Panthers Dragons. And then we'll be obviously here on Sunday for the Roosters versus the Cowboys, which will be a good one there. But I appreciate you guys. Obviously, if you want to see what I'm doing tomorrow at Tweedhead Seagulls, down there at Pickerbean Oval against the Western Clydesdales, jump onto Instagram, BKR Sport, you'll be able to see that. But I hope you had a good time, regardless of the kind of game that we just watched. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch what? Jeez, I can't even speak. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya. See you later.